sports for you right here, Woodward Sports.
Yeah. I played with that gorilla. You hear me?
Okay. You have a Tesla. You float here.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
So glad you could join us here on Woodward Sports. Joy, Sean, Fish. This is what Fish does behind the scene. I just want everybody to, realize that. This is what, see him? Look at, literally up to the second that we are about to do the show, Fish is over here doing Fish things, okay?
This should have been done earlier. I'm sorry, Sean. It should have been done earlier. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Fish.
Am I excused?
No, you're not excused. No, can you explain to Mr. Bell why you can't do this earlier? We have to start this right when the show starts, right?
Well, the intro's shorter now.
Yes.
No, so what you do is, this is what you do. You can go to Facebook, you can go to live, you can put the arrow on the refresh and walk away and say, listen, when this, hold on, let me finish.
Sean,
hold on, let me finish. And you just tell Sean, when the show gets started, just hit this button. It's already set up.
We have tried that last week, and you saw how that went.
You wasn't here last week, remember?
Yeah, but I watched some of the show on my off time.
I know, but it wasn't set up the way that I just asked you to set it up. It wasn't.
Don't talk to him like that.
All right, did you raise your hand?
You're the best, Sean.
Raise this
dick. You know what it is? I had to cut my because I was supposed to still be on my vacation right now, but I came back because I wanted to spend my last day with my butt.
Are you leaving, Fish? Oh, he said he's spending his last day with you, so
I only like one person in here, or two. One is sitting down on the couch, the other one is sitting across from me, to my left.
Wait, you just admitted that you like me?
No, I said to my left.
Oh, damn it!
I was looking to my
I'm
right.
Dyslexic.
Thank you, Fish.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you're the best, Sean.
Give him a hug. Give him a hug.
Is that It's probably awkward.
All right, we're back. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'll repeat what I said. Tigers playing better, no doubt about it. They're beating the teams that they should beat, except before the break. They got swept by the Twins. Then they swept the Twins, and they beat the Rangers by 2 touchdowns yesterday. Did you see that? 14-0? 14-0.
Nasty.
Yeah. All right, so what were you saying, Joy?
I was on my flight coming back home yesterday and streaming the baseball. I was watching, is it SportsCenter or ESPN 30 for 30? I can't.
It's on ESPN.
ESPN.
Yeah.
So I'm watching 30 for 30, and I go and I watch this video of Vincent Bo Jackson, his 30 for 30.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
See,
I learned a lot more about Bo, and my respect for Bo just grew that much more.
It's funny you say that because a lot of times, I have to remember that I'm old, and I remember watching Bo, not only at Auburn, where he was a stud, but watching him in the NFL and baseball. And to a lot of people out there like yourself, you never saw Bo play.
No, never saw Bo play.
Oh, he was phenomenal. They had those commercials. I was just talking about those commercials the other day. It was hysterical. They had the Bo Knows campaign with
Bo
Nike,
Knows,
right?
Yeah.
And it was great because the coolest thing about those things is Wayne Gretzky made a cameo, Wayne skates by and he goes, no. And then the coolest thing about it is at the end of the video, I love Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley is just the shit. There's no other way to say that. But
this is the most interesting part about it. That he took baseball serious, right? And then after that, he said anything I do in the off season is just a hobby. So he was playing football for a hobby, not because he was just in love with the game.
He was sick.
Soft-spoken.
Bo was sick. And that video, literally that commercial had a cameo by Bo Diddley, who's just one of the greatest rock and rollers of all time, and quite frankly deserves more credit for making rock and roll what rock and roll eventually became. You know, those early days, Bo Diddley, Chuck Berry, guys like that, man, they got it done. And I listen, like, I'm not joking, I listen to Bo Diddley to this day, and before you make jokes about me being old, Bo Diddley was around long before I was born. So that's the way that it goes. But it's funny you said Bo was phenomenal. Bo Jackson was...
Yeah.
You forgot the great Little Richard.
Yeah, Little Richard definitely deserves at 1,000%. No doubt.
Originators of rock.
Yeah, good teams or good times, so we'll see what happens. We have lots going on today. We have a special guest in studio. Devin Gardner is going to be in studio with us today. I'm going to have to ask him. I think he still holds the Michigan single-game passing yard record. Does he still have that record? He just shook his head and said yes to me. I remember that plain as day. He threw 503 yards in a crazy game against Indiana, I think 2013. Tremendous football player, and I'll tell you what, he's doing a great job in this media business as well. So Devin's going to join us to talk about a slew of things.
Let's talk about when we come back from break. What was sports?
Oh, we're going to break right now?
No, I'm joking. I just want to throw you off.
You are such a
I just want to throw you off a little
guy.
I must confess, all this time that I've worked with Art, I've never been mad at him until last night.
Get in line.
And it's too bad that, at this late juncture, I had to get mad at Art. I don't want in your limo. Don't superimpose pictures of me in your limo. Don't talk about me in your limo. Look at that. That's disgusting.
Lions Super Bowl. Football's coming home.
You're all maniacs.
Joik looks happy.
Joik's not in the limo either. He's
right
not
there.
in the Lion limo.
He's in the third window.
No, he's not. He's getting out
literally
of the
in there.
I'm photoshopped in there.
No, that's
Did you show the video of me jumping out of your crazy limo?
That's a Photoshop.
Doesn't exist.
What was that
Jeez,
yesterday? Was that from
Pete.
yesterday?
Yeah, we all took a ride.
It's funny. I was in California yesterday, so I couldn't have been in that limo.
Okay, well, I guess you won't experience
I
the
guess you need
inside
to
of the
raise
limo.
your hand.
Whoa.
Look at the inside of that limo. The Lions are watching the Lions on TV. It's beautiful.
The inside of that limo looks like it was 1990s at best.
Well, that was the last time
Pretty
the Lions
outdated.
were kind of good. So, but they're coming back. They're coming back.
Shut up.
Art, you were tagging me all that stuff, and I
didn't tag. I tagged you in one thing.
Okay, and
like,
I got besieged from some of those Twitterites that were literally, "Why you being a hater, man?" Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? I love the direction of this football team. It's going to be a couple years away. I just looked at this roster, and I can't see anything less than 11 wins. Blocked.
Goff MVP, baby.
It was that simple. I had a block.
So did you block Art yet?
Oh no, but I'm telling you, this close.
Do it.
Then there was the other guy that man, you got to quit hating on Goff. Goff's going to be the MVP, and I'm like, so I just want to get this straight. Is he going to be the MVP of the Lions, or is he going to be MVP of the league? He's like, he's going to be the league MVP.
Yep.
Block. I had a block party last night. I didn't know it.
The whole block party?
You blocked him.
Had a whole block party.
I can't deal with those lunatics.
You blocked random people.
You know what it is though? Art is about to get blocked.
Good.
I asked Art to do one simple thing last week. He went behind my back and didn't do it.
Oh, we can get to... No, let me explain.
Shut your
Sean
mouth,
asked
Art.
me...
Art,
listen, you
shut your mouth.
can't insult me like that. I can't explain myself.
You raise your hand.
Okay, get ready,
Sean,
Sean. Explain to me.
No, you raise your hand.
By the way, our guest, Devin Gardner, just turned around and got the hell out of here.
He
It's
did.
the smartest decision he's ever made in his entire lifetime.
Nah. Besides coming here.
Can I explain?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you can't explain. So, Fish, how was it playing at Pebble Beach?
It was fun. It was very memorable. I took a lot of pictures in my brain. I don't do pictures. I'm just not a picture person. I'll take them in my brain and savor the moment. But I'm not a guy who's like, ooh, look at that.
You know what it is, though? You know that you take pictures, you keep them for your keepsake. So 20 years from now, you can bring it up, you can show your kids.
That doesn't mean
No,
anything to me.
Fish, you take pictures now so you can show your kids down the road, like memories. It's all about memories. How can you share memories with your loved ones if you don't take pictures?
Well, I can also share them by taking my kids there, too. There's another thing called that.
I'll be taking another trip to Pebble
Beach. You know, you take pictures, they be like, oh, that's pretty cool, we want to go. Or you can take pictures and be like, oh.
They'd also see pictures on Google. Just Google Pebble Beach.
But
There's your
picture,
picture.
though. It's not your picture.
And then you can say, oh, I
Such a
went there,
fucking
there,
beaut.
and there. I mean,
It's such a beaut.
It's cool.
But no,
you
it
know
was
what?
nice.
You don't need to go to New Zealand. Just look at pictures of New Zealand. You don't have to go there. Just take pictures. Just look at pictures of it.
See, there's another guy that just got invited to the block party and he didn't know. Ryan Gort, congratulations, you're in the block party.
No, it was.
He
He
said
Block.
Lions Super Bowl.
It says shine blocks are at 101 a day. Laugh a lot.
Do it.
It was exciting. If any of you are golfers out there, you should go. You'll have a fun time. You have to play 18, by the way. You cannot just play 9. I mean, common sense, but yeah. And I'm saying common sense because it's expensive.
What did you
so
shoot?
Wouldn't. I shot 125 at Pebble, so not terrible. We put off the whites, so it was 60-ish yards closer, depending on the hole from the far back tees.
Okay.
I did okay. There was a few
Okay.
curves, but
Okay.
Overall-
What's your handicap?
I don't know, 29, 82. I don't have a handicap. I know what handicap is, but I don't play golf enough to have a handicap.
You are magical, dude. You are absolutely
I just hit
magical.
the ball and hope it goes in the hole.
Yeah. All right, well,
We had
listen.
caddies at Pebble Beach. What's the caddy? The caddy I had was Southern, great guy. All right, balls going one
So
hole
you
to the
shot at
left.
125. What is that? About a 40? 50? What is that?
Yeah, probably, what is it? 71? Yeah,
72,
probably.
70.
Yeah.
Because that's a 72.
54. 54 over.
Yeah, 54 of them.
I just was having fun. I wasn't worried about golf. Just seeing the
eh.
views of the place was pretty cool. Number 7's a pretty good hole. 18's a pretty good hole.
I ain't going to say it's terrible. Not terrible.
Oh, you can say it's. I'll admit it was a bad score, but I had fun.
No, I'm not going to say it was
So-
terrible. I mean, because you're not a golfer. So 54
You had
for
fun.
You had
That's-
fun.
Yeah, I
bottom
had
line.
fun.
That's
You had fun.
exactly
You
it.
enjoyed
I'm with
yourself.
you there.
You
I
took
had
a lot of mental pictures.
I
That's
did.
what's
They had
up.
good hot dogs. I mean, I guess you can get same hot dogs at another golf course here, but
How was
Art
the
loves hot
temperature
dogs. It was 60, 50. This is the most sun I got, by the way. Just so you know. And I got windburn, which
Art loves it. Art loves it. Have I told you about Northwestern Tech? Start a career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. To learn more today, go to northwesterntech.edu. Drake Bell, Sean Baligian, and this is Woodward Sports. Stay tuned.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
All right, pretty cool for this guy to come in. He's one of those guys that we heard his name even before he hit the main stage. You might remember if you follow prep football in any way, shape, or form, there was a highly recruited guy out of the Inkster area, complete with stories of Urban Meyer flying in on a Friday night just to see him, but he stayed at home, played at the University of Michigan. As I mentioned before we went to the break, holds the record for most passing yards by a Michigan quarterback in a game. 503, right, Devin?
Yep. It's actually the first and second. I'm like second to me.
Are you
I think
really,
it's
for
like
real?
450 something against Ohio State too. So
Jeez.
you know,
Devin
there's
Gardner.
always that. You know, who's counting though? Right?
Yeah,
Who's
right.
Who's counting?
Devin Gardner kindly joins us. First, Devin, really, thanks for coming out,
Yeah,
man.
no
Appreciate
problem, man.
it.
I'm happy to be here, man. The studio looks nice. I mean, it's cool.
This-
You know, I really love the shades. You know, at home you probably can't see these shades where you can see out but you can't see in. Right? I'm driving
Right.
past, like, are they even in there? Right? Then you can come in and see everybody driving by. It's really cool. Really cool
We've
setup.
used those shades to our advantage a few times here when some particular people are walking by.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I
right,
bet.
Art?
Hella, him and Zoo.
I know nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
right.
Leave it at that. Good times. You know, I love having Birmingham roast right next to us. I love it. A lot of healthy eaters.
So do you guys know each other real well? Tell me the backstory with you two.
Yeah, Joy's a healthy eater for sure, right? You still vegan or?
Well, vegetarian. Vegetarian. I kind of went back a little bit.
I don't understand it. It's ridiculous.
Thank you.
You can't be trusted. You can't be trusted.
They can't be trusted. I love them. Absolutely.
No, Joy can be trusted. He's good.
Yeah, so me and Devin met because we were both doing the Football Week in Michigan.
That's right.
So it was me, him, it was Brooke as well.
Yeah.
Brooke was there. And Herman Moore. We had some guys. So we went around the state
It's a
of
pretty
Michigan.
decent cast.
Yeah, we had a pretty good cast.
Decent cast.
I think even who was that? We had one more guy with us too.
Was it Rubik?
No,
Was Rubes there?
it wasn't
Rubes
Rubik.
wasn't there.
All right.
Another.
Thank God.
Radio. It was another radio guy.
Thank God Rubes wasn't there.
Oh yeah. So it was.
Everybody loves Rod Rubes.
Yeah, we do. So we went to like Ferris State. We went to Midland. We went around. We did some things with Kroger.
Yeah.
I don't know if you did the thing at Wayne State.
Yeah. So I did the day after you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we did Wayne State, and so we kind of got close over that, and then we started. I was like, you know what? Come into Woodward Sports.
Yeah.
So
he's a halfway decent guy, essentially. Right.
Halfway.
We met through doing media stuff, and he's halfway decent. I'm halfway decent. So halfway decent guys, kind of stay connected. And So
yeah. And so I bumped into him at Savannah
getting
Blues.
food, of course.
Yeah.
Getting food.
And I said, you know what? Hey, you're having soul food. I'm having soul food. Hey, how about you come on the show? Let's talk sports.
Yeah.
Or we have some soul food. So I got some soul food from Savannah. From Savannah Blues coming in.
Very nice.
I looked
Please
out
tell
for
me you got the oxtails.
I didn't get the oxtails.
Oh my God! What is wrong with this guy, man?
Boy, you know what? Seriously, Devin, you and I are going to have a barbecue talk. I have 2 smokers in my bed. Anytime you say oxtails, I'm like, my man knows what he's talking about. You're dropping oxtails, my man knows what he's talking about.
I've heard they have some of the best oxtails at Savannah Blues.
Have you been to Savannah Blues?
I have not.
Downtown
No,
Detroit,
I have
Savannah
not.
Blues, some of the best oxtails you ever have. Outstanding.
Yeah.
I won't eat anything else there except for the cornbread. The cornbread's really good.
Cornbread fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
What are you doing now? Just to let everybody know, I know you've done a bunch of stuff for Fox Sports Detroit. Number one, what are you doing, and how do you like this transition, I guess, to the dark side?
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep it as light as possible over here, because like you said, it is the dark side, especially to a lot of athletes. But I try to be that bridge to kind of try to, make sure that, hey, it's you can have a friend in the media and things like that, but also do your job and stuff like that. But and it's Bally Sports Detroit. Now you're trying to get me fired.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Jeez
Bally
Louise.
Sports Detroit. I'm
Bally
so sorry.
Sports Detroit.
Sorry, guys.
But I'm doing, Joy talked about while we're off air about young go-getters, right? The group where I have a bunch of kids. I'm training them, learning how to be quarterbacks, some receivers, and some just being there for mental toughness and different things like that. And I just signed with Fox Sports to do the real big Fox Sports to do college football this fall. So that'll be fun.
Oh.
That'd be fun.
Congrats.
So I'm wearing a lot of different hats, right? I'm doing a lot of different things and just trying to, broaden my, reach to help others. That's essentially it. And when I'm doing media, it's to help others understand sports and understand from my lens. And then when I'm working with the kids, is to help them understand what it's going to be like being a man at some point, right? And some young ladies that, are growing up. It's really cool. It's really cool. I mean, I'm pretty much living my dream, right? When I was a kid, I always wanted to help others and talk about sports for a living after I was done playing. And this is what I'm going to do. And a lot of people don't get to live their dream. So it's good. It feels good.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, great guy here. Great guy.
Great, maybe an
No,
reach,
great
but,
guy. And so, and just one thing that I kind of admire about him, but you working with the kids. And I remember you guys did a short video of you taking Brooke through one of your training camps with the kids. Now, when that was over, and actually when I watched, she did pretty good.
Yeah, she did all right.
Right.
I'm a phenomenal teacher, right? And I got a bunch of kids that are even better teachers than me, right? So I've taught them, but they are better teachers, right? Because they speak different languages, right? And everybody learns differently. So, the kids were able to get a hold of Brooke and teach her some things that maybe I had overlooked, right? And it was really cool. But she did really well. She learned to throw, and Brooke is an athlete, in her family, right? Her family, her dad, and her brother.
You wouldn't think it though.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it. She's so pretty and she's so girly,
Yeah.
but she's a really good athlete.
Yeah.
So it was pretty easy teaching her, but we were on the hill, right?
Yeah,
And
the hill going backwards.
Woo.
He said, "You're stopping, Brooke."
Oh,
all right.
Brooke, she shot out a few different exercises. I'm not gonna say which ones, but she shot out of some exercises. A little too excessive for Brooke on her first day, but she took it like a champ, man. We have so many kids from 6 all the way to high school, college kids that come out and they can't handle it at all. They can't handle it. And she handled it pretty well. So I was very proud of old Brooklyn Jermaine Fletcher, as I like to call her.
Devin Gardner kindly joining us, of course, Bally Sports, and he's going to be part of Fox nationally, the broadcast. I think they do a great job on Saturdays. It's interesting. ESPN kind of had the market cornered for years, and there are a lot of people like yours truly that I'm peeping my eyes over to what Fox is doing on Saturday, so I'm going to look forward to that. Joik, you know this about me. Devin, I am somebody, I've been fortunate to do games in the MAC and now games in the GLIAC. Honestly, there's nothing like being on campus on a Saturday. I can't explain it. There's just nothing like being on campus on Saturday. I don't care what campus it is, whether it be Ann Arbor, East Lansing, South Bend. You mentioned Ferris, going up there. Talk about how exciting that is for you. Do you get that same feeling? There's just a buzz in the air on a college football Saturday.
Yeah, so when you're playing, right? You play, big house, right? It's always rocking, but you're so locked in, and you kind of don't get a chance to take a step back and look at the atmosphere outside of the game and before the game, right? You get on the bus, you drive up right to the door, you walk right in, right? You don't get to see all the pageantry and things like that. But going back and watching, like, as a player, as a spectator, getting a chance to see all the things that go on, right? The cornhole, the tailgating, the just crazy things that you probably can't mention on air. Like, things are just happening, and it's a lot of fun, right? And like you said, it's not just Ann Arbor, right? There are other campuses that are just like that, and it's really cool to see. And at the onset, in the beginning, I'm going to be doing the games remotely for Fox, but at some point they say we may move and may be able to move to going to campuses, and that's going to be insane. I can't wait to see all these different campuses and things like that. And moving forward in the future, when things get back to completely normal with all the COVID things being, all the COVID restrictions being lifted, I'm excited for all of that because I wasted so much time as a player not getting a chance to experience it. So now I get a chance to be on the other side and see all the good stuff.
You didn't waste your time. You made history. Are you not watching? Are you not watching these videos that you're speaking? Look at this. Guys out here making history. Say he's wasting his time.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So. What was your experience like playing in the big house?
So before they had that game at that soccer stadium, or what was it, the race car stadium or whatever, we had the largest crowd ever watch a football game, 115,000 plus. And when I tell you, it was insane, right? Because a lot of people talk about how Michigan doesn't really get that loud, right? Just because kind of got that Goff type crowd where they're just, oh, nice play, you did all right. But when it gets nighttime and everybody's had adult beverages, if you will, right? And the kids are all there, right? Because, you start those early games, kids aren't getting up. They're in college. They just had fun last night. They're not trying to get there all early, so the game kind of starts kind of dull. But when I tell you, the greatest feeling is running out, right, and you're doing the warm-up, right, with no shoulder pads on, all that different stuff, all your own. And it's, sprinkles of people everywhere in the crowd. And then you go back in and you come out with the team, right? And there's more, right? There's a few people filing in and whatever. And then you go back in and you come out for that last time and you go touch the banner and there isn't an empty seat in the building. It's one of the most surreal experiences ever. And then, scoring touchdown and then also playing away, right? Yeah. Playing at the Penn States and the Ohio States. And they're so loud and so rambunctious, Penn State being the worst. But in that horseshoe, you make a play, nothing to be said. When I tell you, you can hear a mouse walking across the soft turf. You can hear it. When you make a play in their stadium, they do not speak. But, if you're not making plays, they're pretty loud. So
that's the loudest stadium you played in? Because I heard a lot of talk about Wisconsin.
Penn State.
The ground is shaking.
100%.
And then my mom was sitting in the upper deck, and she said the structure is not very sound. Right? It gets so loud. The structure is about to fall at the top. The ground is shaking. It's unbelievable.
Columbus is crazy. Don't get me wrong. Penn State, there's like one road to get to the stadium.
No airport.
Everything leads to that stadium. It's crazy. It really it's crazy.
So loud. You can't. I remember being in the huddle and speaking, screaming, like screaming to the top of my lungs, and everybody's like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just, it's something you can't explain, right? And so it's so funny. I look at a lot of different quarterback coaches and things like that, and and they're doing these things, and it's like, but are you getting ready for what? Because the kids want to be at that level, right? That's what they want to be. And how can you honestly explain what you're going to feel and what you need to be and what you need to do if you've never experienced that? And when I tell you, walking in the huddle and screaming the play and nobody hearing you is the most terrifying thing you can ever experience.
Yeah.
That's why the whole no huddle, one word stuff is like so good now, because when you play in an atmosphere like that and you're in the huddle and they close it in, right? Because it's science, right? You close the sound in and they still can't hear you. It's terrifying.
Is he great? Devin Gardner kindly joined us. Can you stick around a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Devin Gardner, lots to talk about with Devin Gardner. I love his passion. He's going to be a great addition to the national broadcast as well. Proud of you, man. For real. Yeah. You have no idea who I am, but I'm proud of you. Devin Gardner, Joik Bell, Sean Baligian. This is Woodward Sports.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Devin Gardner in studio, Joik Bell, Sean Baligian here on Woodward Sports. Devin, so many people are talking about your time at Michigan, and we could talk about so many different things that happened there, but as a guy who's been at Michigan, okay, I grew up in an era, and I'm saying this with respect, I grew up in an era. Every year, set your watch to it. Michigan was either going to win the Big Ten or it was going to come down to the game, right?
Right.
From afar, and I'm not asking you to throw your boys under the bus or anything like that, what's kept Michigan in the last almost 20 years from getting back to the top?
It's a lot, right? I think a lot of it had to do with when the transition from Lloyd Carr to
Rich Rod,
right? And Rich Rod's my guy. I love Rich Rod, right? He recruited me. He believed in me, and I thank him for that. But nobody bought in, right? And you know how Michigan is, right? The fan base, nobody truly bought into what he was trying to do. And you know what the crazy thing about that is? If everybody had bought in, right, it's including the university with the money and getting coordinators and things like that, if everybody had bought in, we would probably be on the verge of what Ohio State is right now, right? Because the whole big stigma was you can't run the spread with these guys in this conference. Can't do it. It's just not a thing you can do. And then we go on, and by his third or fourth year, I think we were like number 2 offense in the country and things. Our defense wasn't playing very well, but our coordinators weren't making the money that a lot of other coordinators were making either. And then not Rich Rod, but Urban Meyer comes in and runs the exact same thing and just pays a little more attention to defense and things like that. And then they rattle off and don't lose a single game in like 3 years in the conference, right? And so it's just like, what could it have been if they bought in and maybe stuck it out just a little longer with a guy? Because if you think about it, that next year, we lose to Michigan State because we're trying to run the pro style with Denard Robinson, right? We go to what Coach Rod was doing, but a lesser version, and we go win the Sugar Bowl. So maybe let him stay one more year, right? I mean, that was something that I didn't understand. I was young, right? And I was just trying to get on the field. I don't have anything to do with coaching changes and things like that, but I'm just trying to play. But now that I sit back and think like, wow, what could it have been, right? Denard Robinson finishing his deal out and then me rolling in there, right, with some pro-style aspect and still being able to run and really, really just dominating defenses and giving them headaches. Because if people don't know, Coach Rod is the originator essentially of that spread high-tempo offense, right? That's his baby, and everybody's kind of taken things from him and developed it and all these different things. But he is the originator of that slide, right? He's the originator of it, and we kind of like ran him out of there, right? Because he's not a Michigan guy, and we have to stop that because everybody can't go to Michigan, right? Everybody can't coach at Michigan, but there are some talented individuals, right? As far as young players coming up that maybe want to transfer in, or coaches that are other places, right, that want to come in, and we got to try to take care of our own once they become us, and not try to move them out just because they aren't Michigan guys.
So how do you feel about Harbaugh coming in? Do you think they're buying into what he's selling?
So with Harbaugh, I think it's a touchy situation, right? Because he comes in, right, and he's the hope for all, right? He's the quarterback. He's the Michigan guy, honestly, right? People talked about Brady Hope being a Michigan guy. He just coached at Michigan. This is the Michigan guy. Dad coach, went to Ann Arbor Pioneer, played at Michigan, right? He is a Michigan man if there ever was one. But he's had a rough go of it, right? And the one thing that everybody's kind of pointing to is like, wow, we have all these talented players. We haven't gotten the quarterback position right? If you look at the rosters and you look at the way we play, that's the one thing we haven't gotten right. And so a lot of people point to, well, our DBs are getting beaten, whatever. But you have to understand, when a defense doesn't think that their quarterback can perform well, they don't play as good, right? They don't play as inspired, right? And so things get by them. And then once the snowball starts rolling, you know how that works, right? The snowball gets bigger and bigger, and you get kind of power drive. And I kind of like to relate it to Tom Brady, right? Why do Tom Brady's defenses always play so good? Like, why are they always so good? Like, they know on the other side of the field, they can play freely. They can make mistakes because there's a guy over there, right? There's a guy on their sideline that's going to make sure that they have every chance to win the game.
What a great point.
They have a great chance to win the
crap.
game. So it's not that Tom Brady's a great – and so people talk, oh, Tom Brady's not coaching defense. No, he's not. But he's giving that defense inspiration, right? He's giving them a reason to fight because they know 23-6 or 29, whatever the score was, they're going to have a chance to win. They're going to have a chance to win. They're going to play inspired, and they're going to play way beyond what they actually are, and that's why his defense is always so good. And look at every good quarterback. That's how it works.
Look at that.
Great stuff. Devin Gardner
Look at that.
kindly joining us here. You know what? I want to say one thing going back to the Rich Rod era, because I was one of those guys, and full disclosure, I'm a Spartan fan. Okay?
Happens to all of us. Happens to the best, you know.
Minus 48 doesn't happen very often, but it was there. I had to take it. I hope you don't hate me for it.
But the minus 48 thing is so weird to me. I threw for the most yards in that game. People ignore that than any other Big Ten quarterback on the season with nobody blocking.
Nobody.
I would make one guy miss and then another guy miss and then four guys would tackle me.
Again, there was a time in that game I remember where you were laying on the ground and you just looked like a man. Like I'm not getting up. You people aren't blocking for me.
But I got up.
And you
every single time.
But I mean that. I remember
I'm
watching
not a coward,
dude. I felt like I'm not being funny. No, but the
I
Rich
felt
Rod
that
era.
way. How you felt? I
Okay,
felt worse.
good. All right, so listen, the Rich Rod era. I was one of those guys when he came in. I was crapping my pants.
Yeah.
Because I saw
What
being
he
a
could
college
be.
football fan. I've been lucky to be a Heisman voter. Watching more than just in our little bubble, I was like, holy crap, this is real. The one thing that I will say, and I'm not going to ask you to say anything, his insistence on running the 3-3-5 in this freaking conference was mind-boggling to me. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So it was no surprise a team like Wisconsin. You know what Wisconsin's going to do to you.
Yeah.
They're going to keep giving you. They're going to keep giving the Joik Bells of the world the ball. But what do you expect's going to happen? They're going to keep your offense off the field and pound that defense. That was the one thing that I thought hurt you guys in that era.
Oh, without question, right? But his whole idea was we're going to score more points, right? Which, was that wrong? Probably, right? But think about it. Ohio State, right? We score 42 and they beat us, or 40 and they beat us. You know what I mean? So that is a thing, right? That's a thing that can happen. Though you would much rather your defense not give up 40 points and things like that. But, I just think that they should have given them another opportunity because those same guys the next year, it's not like our defense were world beaters, right? That you won the Sugar Bowl, right? But, they played pretty well. They got older, right? They were more experienced. You know what I mean?
Was that the sentiment in the room? Wait, did most guys, when they made the decision to move on from Rich Rod, because we all heard the story about, the end of the season and you raised me up and people made a big deal. I know you rolled your eyes. I'm not trying to put you. But did you guys in the room feel that way? Did you go, we want Coach back? Was that the general sentiment or was it mixed?
I think it was mixed, right?
Okay.
Because the one thing about Coach Rod, he's hard, right? He's similar to me in the way I teach the young athletes I work with. Hard, because he knows what you're going to experience when he plays in the game, right? He tells stories about his playing days, about how he almost crapped his pants a lot of times, and it's because of the fire he wasn't put in, right? In the beginning, and then he learned as he got older as a player to put himself in that fire or have his coach put himself in the fire. But he put you through that fire in practice, man. I'll tell you a funny story. I thought for sure I was going to be the starter, right? Coming in as a freshman, right? And it's not because I'm the number one quarterback in the country, I'm going to be the guy. It's like I'm playing so well, right? And I felt like I was outplaying Denard, right? And what helped me believe that I was outplaying Denard, because we were taking reps with the ones, right? Switching out. I was playing well. He was playing well. Thought I was playing better. It happens. But he would lose his mind on Denard. And some of the things he would say to him, and I'm just like, there's no way he likes this guy. Secondly, there's no way he's going to let this guy quarterback his team. No way. No way. It's not going to happen, right? We get to the game, the night before. Literally, people say, oh, yeah, it's a battle up until the day. Literally, the night before the game, he came into the quarterback room, he said, Denard, you're going to start off the game. All right, you're going to be starter. And I'm like, I can understand that, right? He's older, right? We play, it was equal. I would start him too, right? He's the fastest man alive at this point, you know.
Yeah,
I would start him too. Devin, you're going to be next, right? If he can't perform, you'll be the guy. I'm fine with that, right? I just got here, right? I earned what and then it's like, Tate, you'll follow, right? Bet, I beat out Tate. I mean, that's pretty good. He was a starter last year, right? I'm feeling good about it, right? And so we get in the game. And obviously, everybody remembers he plays in UConn, right? Mm-hmm. And he plays amazing, right? He's playing amazing. But then he gets hurt, right? Gets hurt. Not hurt, actually. He was tired. But I found out later he was tired. He got hurt. And guess who comes in the game? It's me. I'm jogging out. I don't know if people remember. And the crowd loses it. Oh, my gosh, is here. He does it. Oh, my God. Yeah. And so for me, I'm thinking like, we're on offense. Can we please quiet down? Right? I'm 18, maybe, 17, 18 years old. Right? And so they never be quiet. Right? The whole time I'm trying to get ready. So you got the one-word call. I call the play. And so this is our cadence. Ready, set, go. It's it. It's very simple. Right? Get the ball out. Ready, set, go. Nobody moves. But I hike the ball. Nobody moves, but I hike the ball. So imagine what's going through my body at this point. Right? I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not ready. He should have been meaner to me. He was so nice to me and I'm not ready. Right? This is why. At that moment, I'm like, this is why. This is why you are doing your players a disservice if you don't rip their face off, because now an emotion is going through my body that I've never experienced. I've always been the guy. Great. So now what do you have to do? You have to get the ball hiked, right? You're not according to the country. You got to get the ball hiked. Right! Let go! Right? I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Guess what? Guess what I forgot? The play. I forgot the play. So, but now, if I would have remembered the play, I probably would have had a 70-yard touchdown and hit my head on the goalpost. Because I pulled the ball and I ran the wrong way. But if I would have stuck my foot in the ground and gone vertical, I would have scored a touchdown. And now we have a controversy and a problem. Yeah. I'm also Denard Robinson, a little slower. But but that's the reason he was so hard, right? He was so hard, and he has a podcast right now called Hard Edge, right?
Yeah,
it's a thing that he lives by, and it's because he knows when that fire gets hot in the game, right? And Joik knows this: when that fire gets hot, there is no substitute. You can't prepare for it. You can only hope to try, and that was his method. Yeah. But some guys just didn't understand.
No, it's funny. So as he's sitting here, he's saying that, right? So the rule of thumb is the running back coach will always tell the running back, you do not leave that huddle without getting a play from the quarterback. I said, what? You do not leave that huddle without getting a play from the quarterback. And so I remember we were playing the Eagles. At the Eagles, and the crowd was so loud I couldn't hear the play, and I'm standing like two guys over from the quarterback.
And this is how they listen, like this.
Yeah. You know, we'll look at you because you got to choose.
Your ear as close as possible.
You got to get you can't look at it because you can try to read his lips, but you can't. So you got to put your ear.
That's great.
And so he calls the play, and so we break. Everybody heard the play but me. Man,
and then I would imagine he's saying it super fast, right?
He said it super
fast. Tom Brady, he goes, no, ready? What? What did he say? What? Hold on, wait, time out. You can't
get
pitch to Johnny. I'm Johnny. Yeah, go ahead.
And so this play, he gives two plays. He gives you the play, then they have a can play. So if he cans it, it's this play. And so you gotta make sure you can think. I don't know. So he's literally underneath the center. Matt, what's the play, Matt, what's the play? 9. He leaves the center, comes back, says it again. I still didn't hear it. But off of going through practice, I knew it could only be one play.
All right, this is what it could be.
And so I waited to see which way he turned and it was a handoff to me. And I got about 9 yards on it, and the coaches never said anything because it looked like I knew what the play was. And so these are the plays in the game where the preparation is key. Yeah. Because if you don't know the play, if you hear one thing, you might be able to catch on to it. Yeah. And so it's funny to hear him say that.
Yeah. Every athlete has that story, right? I can remember in the Notre Dame game, the game I was talking about for 115,000. Yeah. Right? This is the play to ice the game. It's third down. We're inside the 20-yard line. And I have Jeremy Jackson. Anybody remember Jeremy Jackson,
I do.
right?
Absolutely.
6'4",
yep.
Obviously not a running back, right? But he's in the backfield so we can get a look at what kind of defense I'm going to have. Is it man, right? Because if a corner comes in and stands right there in front of him, right, it's man-to-man, right? Because he's not a running back. I'm supposed to motion him out. So I start my cadence. Set. Blue 80! Blue 80! And then he starts sprinting. Devin, you forgot to motion me! Said hut! Obviously, it worked out amazing because now we got his guys sprinting out, almost picking his own guys. Drew DeLeo coming up, doing his deal. Ended up being wide open. Obviously, I got crumbled like a piece of paper because, as you know, the blocking just, got crumbled like a piece of paper. And throws him the game, icing touchdown. Nobody ever looks at how I was folded like a piece of paper and just say, oh, great route by DeLeo. Like, wait, did you guys see me? I got hit by 4 guys. As I was throwing. What are you doing? But, that's another story where it's like I completely forgot that I had to motion this 6'4" guy that's clearly not a running back out of the backfield to the outside receiver spot. Yeah. Not to the slot, to the outside receiver spot.
Those games at night, and if you remember, back then, a lot of the Blue Bloods didn't want it. Yeah. They were so used to, no, Michigan kicks off at 12, at the very latest 3:30. Devin, I was at that game. Electric.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, more. Give me more. I mean, everybody responds. Not only the people in the stands, but you guys on the field. I mean, that energy is real.
It's a different type of energy for sure. Definitely a different type of energy. And that's why that white out at Penn State is insane. Literally, everybody's wearing white. Yeah. How could you get a whole stadium, 109,000 people to be on the same court?
That's incredible.
Like, are our fans not wearing our colors? Because it seems like nobody's wearing yellow or maize or any other colors. It's really weird.
No, it's great.
Real quick, we're up against a break, but if you're going to be here, I have a question I want to ask you. It's about your I don't want to get to it, but stay tuned. This is Woodward Sport. Drake Bell, Devin Gardner.
He's a professional. Listen to that teaser.
Sean Baligian. Stay tuned.
Listen to that
we are
teaser.
Here downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
What an honor to have this guy in studio. I've appreciated his work not only on the field, but certainly off the field. He does a great job with Bally Sports. He's going to do a great job, I can tell you that much, after chatting with him the last couple segments nationally for the Fox college football broadcast. Devin Gardner kindly joining us here. Drake, I know you had something to ask.
Yeah, so... Now, I know you kind of alluded to Tom Brady calling plays in the huddle. And you play with a lot of, I play with a lot of great quarterbacks, from Matthew Stafford to Michael Vick to Drew Brees to Peyton Manning. When you play with probably one of the greatest quarterbacks
I remember being in workouts, man, and we were doing, and I hope Tom Brady doesn't hate my guts, but everybody knows, right? He's not the greatest athlete on the planet, right? He's the greatest player to probably ever play football. He's not the greatest athlete on the planet. Not even top 100,000 athlete ever to, run around. But
his
we're
energy.
in work. All right, he's a worker though, man. And we're in workouts, right? And so we're doing this thing where it's like that 10-yard, the 40, right? So you're bursting, you got the laser and stuff, and and everybody's trying to get their number, right? Everybody gets their number, everybody gets their number, right? And when you look at him run this, it's like, wait, what? This is the guy? Right? Looks like he doesn't know how to run. Right? And he's giving it everything he's got, right? So he obviously doesn't get the number that he needs to get, right? Doesn't get the number, continues to not get the number. And when I tell you, the fire that I saw in him just in that little off-season setting workout where I am not leaving this building until I get the number. And scientifically, it's ridiculous because you're only getting more tired. You're not getting faster. You're getting more tired. You're not going to be able to run. And when I tell you he's going, and everybody respects it, like, hey, man, he's going to get that number. He's going to do it. And then he gets the number. And it's just like, when you see the best football player on the planet work like that, it makes it so much easier to expect other people on the team to work, and that's why the team comes together, right? And so you know, not to say that Big Ben isn't a good leader, but he's not that. He's not that, right? It's not even close, to be honest. It's not even close. It's night and day, and that's the difference between 7 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowls with a great defense, right? Where the defense is great and you play. On the other side, you got Tom Brady. In the beginning, maybe the defense, but towards the end with these last Super Bowl, he is the guy. The defense maybe is lacking in some areas, but they play inspired because of things like that, right? And that's just one workout that I just talked about, right? That's not including all the other stuff. Not to mention, he makes it a point to learn everybody's name, right? Talk to everybody, walk on, well, not walk on, but undrafted free agent tryout guy or first rounder. Like, everybody is in the same accord with him. And so it's really cool to see him kind of let his personality show, because in Pittsburgh, I mean, not in Pittsburgh, but in New England, you know, your personality is secondary. You don't get to have a personality here, but it's really cool for people to see his actual personality in Tampa Bay and like, hey, wait, he drinks alcohol? Like, he has fun? No way. No way Tom Brady has actual fun, right? And Peyton Manning the same way, but they know when it's time for business, it's time for business, and that makes them different, right? Because some people want to have fun all the time, right? Or some people want to just be business all the time, right? And you have to have that good balance, and both and Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is actually hilarious. Some people have seen you've seen the Saturday Night Live stuff, but like, before that stuff came out, like getting a chance to be around, I was like, wait,
he is.
You're a goofball.
He has like that dry sense of humor.
Me at this point, you know what I mean? And it's just like they know how to flip that switch and like, hey, it's business time, right? And they know how to compartmentalize, right?
Yeah.
Things that don't matter, right? And then when they do matter, right? You put it in the box, you put it to the side, and it doesn't matter. But then when you're done with your business, the things that you have to do, you can open that box and deal with all that you need to deal with. And I think that's hard for some athletes, but those elite athletes, they do a good job of it.
Yeah, so it's a lot of validity what he says, right? It's a lot from talking about Tom Brady because I've heard these stories about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I heard these stories about Tom Brady through his receivers about how he's not fast, but I think after practices they have you guys do conditioning drills, and he's always there trying to compete with everyone, but he never wins. But he's going to compete. He's going to push. The dry sense of humor from Peyton Manning. I remember playing in Indy. And Peyton would have his own meetings on Wednesdays. His own meetings. He's
basically the coach at this point.
Yeah, he's the coach of the team. I told you the story already. And so he's a coach. So Wednesday after practice, he calls up all the skill players. We're going to have a meeting. So we're watching film of this defensive coordinator when he coached at a high school. And he was watching it. It was like on a little grass field with a little stadium. And he turns around and said, "Hey, Joik, is this what Wayne State looked like when you played there?" Good one, Peyton. I'm a rookie.
He's a bully.
Good one, Peyton. What can I say? Yep, you look just like that.
Yeah, similar. Very similar.
Very similar.
Thanks, Peyton. Thanks for acknowledging that you know my name.
But you know, and so as Devin sits here and he talks about all these different quarterbacks and how all of them are different, all of them have their own set of skills. Like, so Peyton was a perfectionist. Drew Brees was consistent with the way that he practiced. He went through all of his progressions, and he might throw it on the second one. He's going to go through all 3, 4, 5. You have Stafford was tough. You have Michael Vick, who was just athletic, made plays and talked too much. And so, like, every quarterback has their niche to how they become a leader. And so it's dope to kind of hear a quarterback come in and kind of say all those different things. So I appreciate that, Devin.
Good.
Man, I love hearing you guys educate people for real.
Yeah.
Hey, Devin, I told you I'm a big college football fan. Not that I'm counting. We're only 39 days away from the kickoff of football season. If I'm not mistaken, I think the first Fox game is Illinois and Nebraska, as a matter of fact. Do you know what schedule you're going to be working, what games you are?
I can't divulge this information. I could be on that game. I could not. But just you stop trying to get the inside scoop, Mr.
I'll be watching anyway.
Fan.
No, I'll be watching anyway.
You should be watching.
No, you know what?
Because I could be on there. You should be watching for sure.
I want people to check him out because I think everybody around here knows you do a good job from watching Bally, but I think people around the nation are going to figure out you are electric, man. You really are. I mean that. And you're doing a lot of good things off the field, and I think a lot of times, and that's what's cool about working with Joik. What people don't know, all the good things Joik's doing off the field, and it seems to me that's a commonality between you two, that it's not just about the fame and et cetera, et cetera. It's about giving back to the community.
Yeah, I remember in 2013, I was at the height of my powers, right? You know, just like I was like up for Heisman, different things like that. Bucky Brooks had made a top players go in the draft. I'm like the fourth quarterback or something like that, top 15 player overall. And at that moment, I had wrote a paper for one of my classes talking about what I wanted to be and who I wanted to be and things like that. And the whole basis of the paper was I want to help others, right? And I want to use football as a vehicle to try to get to a position where I can help as many people as I can. And at that point, I even identified that I don't even love helping adults that don't want to be helped, right? I enjoy helping kids who are impressionable, who I can, kind of help them to avoid, give them some navigation, right? I use my navigation to get here from my house, right? Some navigation to avoid some roadblocks that maybe I would have had, especially for quarterbacks, right? And so it's kind of like giving out the Scantron, the answers to the test without, and they can use it, right? They can cheat, right? I'm giving you the Scantron, put that baby right underneath yours and bubble in, man. Yeah. I'm giving you the answers right here, right? And so I think that's really cool, and I'm really, really, happy to be able to be like the embodiment, right? So with young go-getters, I talk about go get it no matter what, right? No matter what means, hey, my parent died, whatever, compartmentalize, go get what I need to do, right? Make it happen, right? Find a way no matter what, right? Hey, you broke your foot in the Ohio State game. Well, that's okay. Go for 230 in the second half and make it happen, right? On one leg. That's what you do when you're a go-getter, right? And so that's kind of something I've been able to embody, right? And it started in the media, right? You start in doing high school games and you're doing this and you're doing all this stuff for free and whatever, you're having fun doing it, and you elevate, never with no expectations, right? No expectations, right? Just doing the best I can, doing it all the time, and a year and a half later, right, you're on a national scale. And so the one thing I joke about with all our quarterbacks is I think they're very talented and they have a chance to be a lot better than I was, right? One day, we talked about when I first started the media, one day I'm going to be calling your game in the national championship, right? I'm gonna be calling your big game in your big conference, and I'm gonna be the commentator, and this is gonna be the greatest story. We're gonna have a Disney movie, right? And I did not expect for it to happen this fast and me to get to this level, but now they have some pressure like, hey, he was right. It can be done, right? If you are diligent and you do all the things you're supposed to do, and you work at it, right? Work at it, because I approach it just like football, right? Joy knows, I'm pretty sure he approaches everything he does just like football. You watch film on yourself, right? You figure out what are the things I can do better, right? You ask questions from other people that have done it, and you get as much help as possible. And one person that's been a big help for me is Jeff Bile, right? So you know Jeff Bile. He's very high at Bally. He took time to watch film with me after every game, high school games, right? Yep. He took time to watch film and give me his insights and, hey, that was awful, don't do that again, right? Or that's not a normal thing, but that's good, right? That can be your thing, right? And so he was very tough on me, but it really helped, right? And I could see the development in the way I was calling games and me understanding situation and being able to be a teacher, because at heart, I'm naturally a teacher and a giver, and so I've been able to, older ladies watching my games, and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that, and I can learn this, and I've learned that, and it's really, really cool. Yeah.
Thanks, Sean. Just by the way, thanks, Sean.
What did I do now? What did I do?
Everything Mr. Ball did for him, you did for me, so I appreciate that.
Oh, gosh.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And
Give me your flowers.
You need opportunities.
You need
right?
that.
You need opportunities, and you can't get them on your own. As much as everybody, man, I got it. I did it myself. I did it. Like, that was me. Yeah. You ain't gonna get that far, right? You're not gonna get that far, and you don't have. But it needs to be that one person that believes in you, that has a position of that can put you in position. But then the rest has to be on you, right? People aren't giving things out, right? Yeah. Joy was ready for the opportunity, right? I was ready for the opportunity. So if you're going through life, oh man, don't nobody want to help me, or I'm gonna do it myself. You're not focusing on getting ready for the opportunity that's gonna come serendipitously, and then you're gonna be looking crazy, like, oh my gosh, I had that opportunity, I wasn't ready. And whose fault is that? And you're going to try to blame others, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's yours.
What a great perspective.
P's and O's, preparation opportunity. A lot of great stuff here, a lot of good stuff. We have to take a short break. When we come back, I have a question about the UofM deal with Emden. I don't know if you know about it, but I want to get into it when we come back. Joy Bell, Sean Baligian, and my guy, Devin Gardner. Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back in. Woodward Sports. Devin Gardner kindly sitting in with us this morning. Joik Bell, Sean Baligian. Joik, I know something near and dear to your heart, and anybody with half a brain in their head would say it's about flipping time.
About flipping time.
The NCAA, finally, the scam is over, and some guys are going to be able to make a little coin off of what's going on the field.
They are. So right now, players are now in stores. MD, I think they signed a deal with UofM where they're able to put the names of the players on the back of the jerseys. I think people can go in there and get their favorite player. They can choose which one they want. They can get it made now there. And so that's some good stuff. I mean, now they can start getting paid for their name and likeness. Look at that. Yeah. All this time.
How many of those 98 jerseys would have sold 7-8 years ago? I hate to bring that up to you, man, but it's got to be in your head, right?
And in my head. First of all, my 7 was in there when I first got there.
Yes, I remember.
And then when I switched to 12, it just happened to be 12 with no name that just got in there when the 7s were removed and put on sale, right? And then I changed to 98, and like a coincidence, it's such a coincidence that they changed to 98, but it's not me. And so I had 3 jerseys in the stores, and a lot of them sold, obviously, and they're in the stance. And I will, at some point, there's going to be somebody that's going to say, you know what, I need to recruit some of that. And I'm going to jump on that as quickly as possible because I want to know and I want to have the money that, I earned for the university.
Well, the reason I bring up 98 is, in case you guys don't remember, I mean, that had been in mothballs for what? 60 years. I mean, it was the great Tom Harmon's jersey, and they decided to bring it out. I thought that was one cool thing that Michigan did, the tip of the cap to the guys from yesteryear and everything, and what an honor that had to be to wear 98. I mean, the guy, you hear legends of Tom Harmon, for goodness sake,
Yeah, it's cool because I got to meet Mark Harmon, right? And a lot of people don't know Gibbs from, the show, but that was one of the greatest honors, and a lot of people are like, oh, man, why are you wearing 98 and all this is goofy, but it's one of the biggest honors, I would say, that the University of Michigan can give out, right? Yeah. You excluding that M ring that you get at the end when you finish out, getting a chance to wear that 98 and represent Tom Harmon and all that he was outside of football, right? And so that's why the family looked at me as a person that could do it, right? Because of who I was and who I worked to become outside of football and not just as a football player.
Look at that.
I know our boy Fish. Fish, what do you have?
Fish in the aquarium.
Just so everyone knows, I think you have to pre-order the jerseys. So you can't just walk in the M-Den store and get a Devin Gardner jersey or your favorite Michigan player. You got to pre-order them.
You got to pre-order that. So my thing is this. If they were to go in now and someone was to pre-order a Devin Gardner jersey, will you be compensated for that?
Right now? That's a good question. I need to ask that. Yeah, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
I don't know who's going to do it, but, should ask.
You should ask. Never know. You're a legend there.
You felt the love. I mean, look, let's say it again. You got, I mean, here's Michigan with all their, whether you like Michigan or not, it's inconsequential. They've got one of the most illustrious histories in college football history, and there's only one guy that can say, yeah, I passed for more yards in one game than anybody else did. I mean, that's got to be
one guy
cool.
that can say I passed for more yards and the second most yards.
Yeah, right.
And the most total offense, and so like the one thing that
what people don't understand, Tom Brady went to school there as well.
He did. It's my guy.
If you guys didn't know,
I actually passed him in the record books as a senior as far as passing yards, something
like that.
We did there that I passed him, and that's all I need to say. Right, I passed Tom Brady in something when I was, we went to the same school. But the one thing is like a lot of people, oh, you weren't very good there, and whatever, say what you want, and minus 48. It's just like. I get that, but you can't discount it, bud. You just can't discount all the things I was able to do, top 3 to 5 in every single major quarterbacking category. Whatever you think of all those great quarterbacks, I'm right in the mix with all of them with less playing time. So.
Isn't it funny? We talk about this on the show all the time, like in regards to Matthew Stafford. People look at the success of the team, and somehow the success of the team equals what the quarterback did, or in this case, didn't do. You would have to be a complete moron if you didn't watch Devin Gardner play and go, the dude can ball. And that's the same thing that Matthew Stafford had to deal with in this town. Was he a part of some bad teams? Of course he was. And early in his career, he made a heck of a lot of mistakes. I think Nine would be the first guy. At the end of the day, the guy's a damn good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you're human, right? And so when you don't have the most talented guys around you, right? You got some talented guys, but you press, right? Right, and so you get outside of your fundamentals. You get outside of all the things that you want to do because you are a competitor and you want to make it happen. And that's when mistakes come, right?
That's when they become.
That's when mistakes come. And it's hard to fight against. But when you're at Alabama, right? Bama, you the quarterback, you don't got to press. Press? What is press? I've never seen an Alabama quarterback press. I'm not completing all the passes. Here, run with this. It's over. Run with this. Adrian, run with this. All right. I don't feel great. Run again.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a swing pass to give me a completion that'll go for 45. All right, now I got a 45-yard completion. All right, bombs away because we just ran it down their throat and the safety is coming up playing cover 4. All right, I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't perform as well at the next level, obviously.
Yeah.
We've seen it. It's not like we're not making this up. We see the Alabama quarterbacks just don't perform as well because there is no pressure to perform.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to be the Alabama quarterback, you are thankful. That's it. Just be thankful. Don't be arrogant. Just be thankful.
Be thankful.
Because you get to hand it to Najee Harris. I mean, which is essentially Jordan Bell in his prime. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, look, it's crazy.
Chances are you're going to get 2 rings, too. I mean, that's really, you go to Bama for 5 years, you're probably going to end up with 2 wins.
Chances are you're going to be a top 5 winningest quarterback in the history of college football.
Yeah.
What is that saying, though?
We talked about this on the show. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this, Devin. Why is it that we have never seen a successful Ohio State quarterback in the NFL?
It's similar to
Alabama?
the Bama thing, right? Your teammates are so good.
So why do
your
people
offensive
think
line, your defensive line, your DB, their DB? Ohio State's DBs go in the first round across the board every single year. All 4 of them. Like it's insane. And at the least they go to the 3rd round. Right? And a 3rd round player on a college football team in the Big Ten or wherever is a darn good. That's like a Grand Valley State commit that plays in high school football in Michigan. That's a very good high school football player, right? And so that's the whole thing at Ohio State, and that's why they just they can't be trusted. They're like vegans. They're like people who don't eat meat. They just can't be trusted because you're too healthy. You're too healthy. You got too much going on.
Too much going on
for me to judge you.
Stop it. So why is all the talks of Justin Fields going to be? He's different from these other quarterbacks. Do you see anything different from him
when you watch the film?
Pryor?
So when you just the last 2 guys, right? Justin Fields and Jay, what was it?
Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins, right? When you watch the film, first of all, Justin Fields is hitting a home run, right, with his legs, right? So he's every bit the runner of anybody they've ever had, right? As far as his legs are concerned. But you've watched him manipulate safeties with his eyes, right? You've watched him check the ball down. He's not just dropping back, throwing shallow across the faster guys. That's not happening. That's not, and as much as I love Dwayne Haskins, he's a talented guy, but he was dropping back and throwing shallow across, and the guy's taking it 70. You can't be trusted. Yeah. You can't, especially when Michigan refuses to not play man, right? You can't be trusted. Right, you can't be trusted because that is not quarterbacking right. And so I see it a lot of time with these high school teams, and the kid's not getting the scholarships he thinks he deserves, and the coach's like, I can't believe he's got all these stats and all. Well, he's throwing to better players. Yeah, it's not how it works. That's not football where, hey, I'm just going to drop back and I'm going to throw it to a guy that's better all the time. I watched one high school. I'm not going to say the high school. I watched the high school team play another high school team 2 years ago. They were at the 30-yard line. They ran fade 3 times in a row to the same guy. Didn't catch the first one. Didn't catch the second one. When you got a better athlete, he's going to catch the third one. Caught the third when they won the game. That's not football. That's not scheme. That's not understanding coverage.
But
right?
that's the coach saying our guy is better than your guy, and we need to set. That's
which is good to win games.
It's good to win a game,
but it's not good for your quarterback's development.
To his point, I mean, for those of you that aren't aware, I mean, probably the 2 best receivers in college football this year are both at Ohio State. I mean, you're talking about 2 receivers at Ohio State that are going to go in the top 15. And right now, so much can change before the season starts. Let me be the first guy to say that. But right now, if you look at any boards, there's 2 Ohio State receivers that are 1-2 on the receiver board. Now, I might look like Mac Jones out there, right? And I might have more mobility than Mac Jones, let's be honest. But I want to piggyback on that.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah,
you know who Mac Jones' body looks like coming out of college?
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I have a tweet, and I will pull it up, maybe after the next break or something. I tweeted, I said, listen, man, I watched Mac Jones. I said, the Patriots are going to draft Mac Jones. And I photoshopped his head on top of Jimmy Garoppolo's body because number 10 or whatever. Yeah. They're going to draft him. Right, and then it kind of, they go through all this stuff. 49ers are going to do this, blah, 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 blah. And where does he go? He's going to the Patriots, right? They see something in him that reminds them of their guy.
Yep.
Right? And even though he has the top receivers in the world on his team and the best running back and the best offensive line, right? They thought, hey, we did it with Tom Brady, but they don't know. Mac Jones better beat Tom Brady as far as everything else is concerned, right? Because if he's not, you can't have the success that you were having.
Devin Gardner in the house. Devin, if you got to go, I understand it. If
He's
you want to
waiting for his
stay,
food.
you can stay.
I'm not leaving this desk until I get some food.
So we get some
Period.
food.
I'm not leaving the desk.
Somebody
until I
get the man some food, and I don't. I'm not talking any of that vegan stuff either. All right.
Yeah.
No. I had
Lettuce and all this
I had
carrying
eggs.
on.
I had eggs and I had French toast this morning.
Hey, our friends at PAM, the Public Adjusters of Michigan, are giving you the chance to win a twosome in the 3rd annual Darren McCarty Charity Golf Outing on August 6th at the Links in Novi. The event is totally sold out, so the only way to get in is to win. Now, to enter for your chance, go to woodwardsports.com and look for the PAM logo to register. PAM represents the insured for property insurance claims, homeowners, and commercial property, fire, wind, and smoke. They get you money, and they do all the work. Why wouldn't you have them do it? Call Pam First, all one word.com. That's callpamfirst.com. And be sure to go to woodwardsports.com and register for a chance to win a twosome in the Darren McCarty Charity Golf Outing. There it is. Look at that.
What's the date on that? All right, just so you know, you heard it here
January
first.
8th.
January 8th.
Damn.
I called it. You know, this is before I was even the national analyst or things like that, right? I know my stuff, okay? Look out, all those guys who are the guys that do the draft prediction stuff? I got one right for sure.
Mel Bradford Jr.
Oh, clearly the best player, first overall. Everybody knows that one. That's nothing. That's in the middle of the first round that I picked.
Kuiper, McShay, Gardner.
Bingo.
I'm with you there. All right, we'll take a quick break. Devin Gardner in the house. Joik Bell. I'm Sean Baligian. This is Woodward Sports.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
All right, welcome back. Steve asked Sean, did you make Devin some brisket? I love to smoke meat. Devin, are you a big barbecue guy?
I love food.
My man.
I'm not the picky. Oh, I don't want to eat that. I want the food.
My man.
And if it can be smoked, for sure. Have you ever smoked salmon?
I have. Yeah.
So why isn't it here? You knew I
I
was
should
coming,
have
did you
last
not?
night.
I'm confused.
My bad.
Did he not know I was coming, George? Did you tell him?
My bad.
What do we do?
I'm sorry.
We had it in the prep.
My bad.
We had it in the prep.
I should. You know what? Yesterday, it's funny too.
Well, he can bring you something tomorrow. Listen. You stop by tomorrow. Sean, bring you something tomorrow. Sean, you gonna have something for him tomorrow?
No, I won't be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you know what, Devin? Now that I know that,
my chair doesn't scoot over, but in case you're wondering, I was scooting over.
You know who's out your way and has a barbecue joint that way? Langford has his own barbecue joint down that way.
Who?
Jeremy Langford?
Yeah.
Wait, he played at Michigan State?
Yeah, he played at Michigan State.
Huh? But you guys, but we're all part of the same fraternity. We're all NFL now.
Jerk, you grab me some, and then bring it to me.
You know what though?
I'm not doing
it. You know what it is
Say
though?
no,
And you did the show. You did the show, and Sean's an MSU man.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to scoot over. You ain't seen me.
MSU man.
Y'all did this on purpose. Y'all
Dude,
making me stay
listen.
here.
I'll make sure. You know what? I'll do a rack of ribs, maybe a little pulled pork, and we'll
Hey,
go
do you ever
from
do
there.
beef ribs?
Love
Oh
them.
yeah.
Did
Is that St.
beef
Louis?
short ribs yesterday?
Are those St. Louis?
No, those are the big, thick, meaty, like fatty kind. The beef ribs, I love beef short ribs, but the beef ribs themselves are like the Fred Flintstone ribs. You know, like watching the Flintstones back in the day, they had that giant. It's like that, and it's just, you know what? You just set your watch. It's going to take time. I did beef short ribs yesterday. It was about 7 hours and 10 minutes. I kept them in a. Don't get me started. We're gonna go into a food coma really
Over there
soon.
eating Ferdinand.
We are gonna go into my buddy Dave the butcher. He's out there. He hears this stuff, and Dave, we have another barbecue guy. So he's making comments on there.
That's the
Love
thing.
it.
I can't help.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm not good at cooking it.
Really?
I don't know how at all.
Really?
I'm just the
Not at
eater.
all.
I just bring my stomach. I'm sorry.
Seriously.
Maybe you can teach me, maybe.
What did you do? What did you do when you were at Michigan? Did you macaroni and cheese, all that? Or
No.
did you
At Michigan,
eat at the
come on,
hall?
Michigan. They got study. Hold on, they got study table. I mean, well, not study table, but what's
Is that
it?
how it worked?
Our
Is it study table?
Our what is it called?
Yeah.
You got me thinking study table.
No,
Our
study-
training table.
training table.
Our
Yeah.
training table
Training
was
table, yeah.
insane.
Was it really?
Oh, my.
Professional chef, all that. Yeah, it was,
Oh.
that was off the chain. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. They take care of them boys over there. Now, us at Wayne State. And so we had a couple guys that had we had meal plans. And so when practice was over with, you only get 3 meals a day. I might not eat breakfast and lunch, and I'm swiping in my teammates after practice so they can come eat at the dorm.
Yeah.
So they can come eat with me. And so we had the grind in D2.
You know the cool thing about like eating stuff. Like when I first got there, after my junior sophomore year, they didn't have any more. But when I first got there, we had these things called chits, right? And I'm like, what is a chit? And so like they were like a hot commodity, right? Amongst the teams, like, hey man, let me get your chit. Like, how many chits you got? Let's put all the chits together, right? And there were these meal cards that give you a certain amount of food at different places, like Mr. Spots and Cottage Inn and all these different places. And when I tell you, we had so many chit parties. It was like, hey, everybody come to the crib. We're just gonna get all our chits, and then we're gonna get the food and whatever. I mean, it was great, but they took chits away. I didn't like that because you get so much food with the chits, and you could like stack them up over a long period of time. They really didn't expire. It was great.
So
but,
it was like your school's money, like on a card.
It was like a yellow card with like, hey, this is a chip from Mr. Spots. This is how much money you have, or this is the meal you can get, and it's just like way more meal than it is the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was great. It was awesome.
Oh,
How much you keep an eye on what's going on with the Lions? I know you're kind of on the college beat now and everything, but I'm sure you're paying attention to what's going on with the Lions as well. So many changes. I know people want it to happen now. Art in the other room. I like the ideas of what they're doing, Devin. I think that the results are going to be a couple years away, personally. Yeah. What's your take on what's going on with the Lions?
So, I actually I do a Lions game plan with Bally Sports Detroit during the season, right? So I got a chance to actually dive into the film instead of being the guy that's just watching the games and like judging and things like that, right? So I got a chance to like really dive into the film and look and see like what are the real issues and things like that. And so a lot of the issues they're trying to make sure that they take over and make sure that those things aren't issues anymore. But as much as we all love Matthew Stafford's talent and everything, he had to go. Right, he had to go, and so that was the first step, right? Because the thing is, when you have a quarterback that's so talented and the team keeps losing, right? Quarterback that's so talented and the team keeps losing, everybody else is being blamed, right? And so, what is that doing for the division and the cohesion of the team, right? It's more divisive than it is with the cohesion, and so I think that was huge. And so now you got a guy who's kind of like the underdog, right? I've been to a Super Bowl, and they're saying I'm terrible. Right, it's all Sean McVay. Like how I'm the one on the field playing, right? And so he should have a chip on his shoulder, and I think that he's going to play inspired, right? He's a talented guy himself, right? He's not bad, and so I did a breakdown of like Matthew Stafford's stats and his stats, early in their careers, and literally they're the same guy. Woo! They're the same guy.
I love it.
Right,
Keep
and
going,
as much
Devin.
as we look at Matthew Stafford and we say, man, the most talented human being we've ever seen, right? Right, but go back to Georgia with all those talented players. Did he ever win it? Right? So there's something there. We don't know exactly what it is, but he is talented for sure. But if you want to go with numbers, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The numbers say these are the same guys at the start of their career, right? Except Super Bowl appearance, playoff wins, and things like that for our new guy. I mean, it's tough. It's tough, but I think
you look at those though. But you have to look at the teams too. They come on, Jared Goff came into a way better situation than what Matthew Stafford walked into.
Did he?
I mean, he came into an 0-16 team. They was 0-16. Never been done in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's what he walked into.
What were the Rams?
They wasn't 0-16.
They weren't very good.
They weren't 0-16.
They weren't very good. And
he had a legit running back.
Okay.
I love
we didn't have a legit running back.
Tell him, Devin. Let him know.
What is the whole legit running back thing? Because everybody's saying legit running back. How do we know it wasn't Jared Goff, right? Because 1 year post Jared Goff, where's that young man? Not just, I love him. He's a great player and all that. Yeah. But you have to look at the situation. Maybe he was benefiting from Jared Goff being talented.
Out of his prime.
Hey, what?
Out of his prime.
Hey, Devin, I wanted to tell you.
1 year after being paid?
We have room on the Lions 10 wins limo if you want to come on board. It's right there. You can join us.
I'm not even on anybody's bus.
No, that's a limo. That's the Lions 10 wins.
Is that Brooke?
No,
that's
me and Sean Joyce. So there's room for you on the limo. 10 wins.
He thinks they're going 10-7 next year.
So I'm not gonna say 10-7, 11. I think that they're gonna make the playoffs though. Or at least be in the, be in that, hey, we could get this wild card spot type of thing. I think they will.
The Lions?
Yeah.
Let's go!
Football's coming up!
Don't blame me, bro. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're
Can somebody get this man lunch so we can get him out of here?
Just saying.
Playoffs, baby!
Look at Joy. He's out.
Jared Goff has proven to be a Joy, come back. You're a Lion. Jared Goff has proven to be a what? What is he proven to be? A winner.
That's right.
Right? No matter how he does it or if you don't like it, you don't like the way it looks, he's proven to be a winner. He's tasted victory. Now he's a guy that proven to be a winner, tasted victory with a chip on his shoulder.
Devin, you are welcome here anytime, buddy.
Well, that's how he proved to be a winner.
Well, he got hurt last year, but I mean, he did he play in the Super Bowl?
Not confused.
Have we forgotten?
All right, let me ask you.
Yes, they have.
No, Devin,
but
he's
he
a quarterback.
put up crazy numbers.
Here's
but
an interesting. What happened the
then?
last couple of years? What do you see when you look at him?
And the NFL is a what?
And
a right now
there's a
league.
reason why everybody says, "Oh, it's McVay." People figured out McVay. No, it's on Goff. All I know is when I look at the numbers, he had a fantastic year. That Super Bowl year, and the last couple of years, he really has been. I use the term. He's been a turnover machine. Yeah. When you look at it, seriously, what happened?
You're going to have to agree with this when I say this, right? Mm-hmm. When players get paid, their skill, their play deteriorates, right? Because what are you now fighting for? Right? What do you now fight? Think about every player that gets paid that giant payday like Jared Goff got when he maybe didn't deserve it, right? But the market suggests
he had that
he has to get it, right?
Yeah.
The market suggests that he has to get it. He probably should have had another year to try to prove himself, but the market suggests this is what you deserve. This is what you deserve, right? And so after you get that, right, the chip on your shoulder is gone, right? I'm the highest paid player in the history of football right now. Right, like what do I have to fight for, right? And some people don't have that.
You got to fight to keep it.
But some people don't have that, right? Why
about Tom Brady?
Why is Tom Brady the only person that continues to be so good all the time?
Because he has that inner fire.
He has that inner fire. Now, when that inner fire isn't there anymore because you've gotten the money and then someone takes your team away from you, gives it to someone else, and puts you in a situation where you're supposed to fail, what just happened? The fire. It's back. Right? It's boiling up inside. Plus, you got a coach who is a fire-breathing dragon. Who knows how good of a coach he is. But guess what? Those guys are going to believe in him because he's one of the guys, and he's going to fight for his guys. Right? He's going to be probably the guy saying cuss words and stuff in the press conference, right? And he's going to be that version of Mike Tomlin, right? People love Mike Tomlin because he is the guy, right? He'll be walking through the locker room, and you'll be shooting the stuff, I don't know if it's Family Network or whatever, but you'll be just kicking it, and he'll come kick it with you. He'll come kick it, and players love that, and they can get around that, and they can fight with that. And I think that the Lions are going to show a fight that we haven't seen, right? Am I saying they're going to be the best team in the NFL or they're going to the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. Is that a possibility? Anything crazier things have happened, right? Crazy things happen, but that's probably not going to happen. I think that they're going to be competing or in the mix to try to win a playoff spot.
So I don't want to. I'm not going to sit back and take away anything you said. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and we're not going to playoffs. Not this year. Not this year. I'm gonna tell you this. We're gonna have stints throughout the season.
We're gonna look really good.
Yeah, we're gonna have stints throughout the season where we're gonna see flashes of what we're gonna be or what we're gonna look like in 2 to 3 years. The reason I'm saying this is not because we don't know what we have yet. We don't know what we have on linebacker yet. We still need help at the DB position. We need more safeties. We need more cornerbacks. What I'm saying here is that we're going to see flashes of what we can be, but we're not going to be that this year, right? We're going to take that. The thing is, we don't have the roster. We don't have a roster where we can put together 4 quarters every single week, week in, week out. Even with good teams, they can't do that. Even with great. So how can we take a subpar roster and then put it in the NFL and say they're going to come in and play 4 quarters, put a whole game together offensively, defensively, and on special teams?
Hopefully they're watching. Their former Lion is saying this, and guess what? You're just building another fire.
Yeah, and you know what it is?
That fire
they play better. Hot. They play better, and this is our culture here. We play better when we're behind. I feel more confident in winning the game going into the fourth quarter, being down by 14, than starting the game off going up 14-0. Exhibit A, 2015, January 5th, Cowboys.
It's funny you said that, Joy, because watching the film this year for the first time, actually diving into the film, on first down, second down, third down conversions in the first and second quarter, Matthew Stafford was awful. And that's why we always get behind. Tom Brady, all these other guys in the beginning of games, right? And this is and it's because of the fundamentals and the pressing, right? He'll throw a sidearm ball and skip it off the ground when you don't need to. Could have used perfect mechanics to get it there. And that's just because he was a little loose with the way he was doing things, because also he's in a situation that's not very good, right? And so in the beginning of games, how do you get down? Did the Lions not get the ball, right? The Lions got the ball every single time another team scored or something like that, right? They got the ball a number of times, but early third down conversions, 3 and out. You know how demoralizing that is for a defense
yeah.
to continue to watch their quarterback and their offense go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. How can you play inspired? I'm tired.
It's not even the spot. It's keeping the defense on the field. And now they're tired.
They're tired.
They're tired. And that's why.
So when you start the game off like that, right, where you're not converting on third down, you're not converting on first down, you're not making big plays that you could make because of whatever reason, and then you get to the end of the game and then everybody plays. That's why you're always coming back. Like Tom Brady's a comeback kid. He's not coming back that much, right? He's not coming back that much, right? They're always in the thick of the game where it's not truly a comeback, right? It's a fight back and forth, or they're blowing the team out. But for the Lions, right, we're always coming back. I play quarterback. That is hard to always come back. It's hard to come back. Yeah. But the offense gets the ball. And if I was the quarterback, I would say the same thing. We get the ball. So we can't just say our defense is terrible, all this, when we're putting them on the field all game in the beginning of the game, and then we become and put our cape on, we jump in the phone with and be hero after. That's not fair. That's not fair.
I love it.
We got to convert on third down early in the game. We have to. We have to be successful.
Devin,
but we don't. We haven't.
Raise your hand. Who's the quarterback?
Raise your hand, Art. Raise your hand.
You're upset because Devin and I are agreeing. That's okay.
Raise your hand.
We'll
call you. We'll call on you. Hey, I got your train now. Your train, Art. Your train, Art. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. We'll call on you. You know what I'm saying? You like that bad. He's like that bad kid in the back of the class. Oh, pick me. Pick me.
Stop talking out of turn. He's upset. Lions are making the playoffs. You heard it here first.
You guys have.
I don't get it, Sean.
Listen, I told you.
This is the guy who knows.
Pretty soon, no, it's an infection. I'm telling you. Really soon, I'm going to turn into an android. Super Bowl. This is the year. No, these maniacs. These maniacs.
He knows nothing about sports. He knows nothing about football.
Last night, like literally, I had these people. Jared Goff's going to win the MVP.
Hey, who's the defensive coordinator for the Lions?
Who's the defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Devin, you can answer this one. Devin's the guest. Why would I answer?
It's okay. Hey, fan is short for what? What is fan short for? Fanatic. Exactly, he's a fanatic.
Hey, listen, Chad, I would break the bank for this guy.
Audio, the sound's gone.
This guy on. Are you kidding me? Do you know Chad? Chad Johnson?
Yeah, I know Chad.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
No. Not Ocho Cinco.
Oh, I was going to say. I know Chad Johnson.
No, Chad's the owner of
Chad Ocho Cinco.
Sports.
Chad, Devin Gardner, Chad, get him on a plane. You two need to talk. Matt, he's going to be busy on the weekends.
I do know what you're talking about. We have not met.
Yeah, he's outstanding, no doubt about it.
I will be busy on the weekends. Thank you for making sure everybody knows.
I'll
be busy. Dude. Hey, I'm booked and busy on the weekends. Do not try to book me for a weekend.
And I'm not saying he's going to be on this broadcast, but for nerds like me, college football season doesn't start when Michigan and Michigan State start. It starts when they kick the fucking ball off. So for me, college football starts on August 28th. So you might be watching a game. I don't know if he's going to be there, but seriously, the first Fox broadcast is Nebraska and Illinois from Champaign. I can't wait. And make sure you check out Fox's broadcast all throughout the season. Devin Gardner is going to be part of it. Have you noticed we become better fans around here, though? When I was younger, I was the type of guy, I used to watch the SEC on Saturday afternoons, and people would say, what the heck are you watching the SEC for? And you know what's happened as I've gotten older? people have kind of broadened their horizons and they're looking beyond the Michigan State fence.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? It seems like college football is becoming more of a national sport in our backyard.
Well, yeah, when you enter the college football playoff and the same teams are in it all the time, you want to see like, well, why are they getting a chance, right? You want to see them play throughout the year. Like, what? That really changed a lot of different things because now you have to watch other teams because when you get to the college football playoff, if your team's not in it, you're watching it, right?
Yeah.
If you like football, you're watching it, right? And now you don't know any of the players. You don't know what kind of schemes there are. If you're that type of nerd or one, you want to get really into it. And if you're just on the onset, just want to watch, you don't know anything about the team, right? You haven't seen them play all year. You don't know what to root for. You don't know what to hate, right? That's what sports is. You want to root for something. You want to hate something. You want someone to lose,
all right?
Right? And so you don't get that if you don't watch football all year round with all the conferences. And I think that people are realizing that and starting to get into it. Plus the different time schedules and Fox jumping in, right? It's not just ESPN anymore, right? It's much broader than it was before.
Devin, so how much money would you bet that the Lions will compete for a playoff?
Oh, I'm not betting on humans.
Sean,
I'm not betting on humans.
Sean, what are you betting on?
They have like issues, like they're like depressed, all that. I'm not betting on humans. Jared Goff could just walk out right now and see the sun in the wrong spot and say, well, I don't feel good anymore, and just not play well. I mean, that's just how humans are, that. I'm not betting on humans.
Sean, what you got?
I would bet a sandwich or something, maybe.
Well, in the world of sports, the off-season is a time to relax and regroup after a hard-fought season, but playing with MyBookie gives you the choice to decide when your season begins and ends. At MyBookie.ag, you can bet on hundreds of thousands of games and leagues from around the world. Whether it's a game day parlay or a long shot winner, MyBookie has you covered. You can use the pregame props. Like, I'll give you an example. How quick will I jump out of Art's limo? His 10-7 going to the Super Bowl limo. I would take under 3 seconds because I think the guy's out of his mind.
I take that.
Yeah, those are the bets that you can make. If you sign up today with MyBookie, make sure that you use promo code Woodward and you'll receive up to $1,000 in bonus money when you make the first deposit. That's $1,000 in extra cash to get you going. But you have to take the initiative, folks. Make sure you use promo code Woodward to get started. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Devin Gardner, I have no idea where Joik Bell went. This is Woodward Sports.
He ran away.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
All right, welcome back in. So glad you can join us. You know what I want to talk to you about, Devin? I know you did football day with Bally's in the past.
Oh, football week in Michigan.
Football week in Michigan.
It's actually sometimes just a day. It's longer than a week, but yeah.
But you were up at Ferris, and the job that Tony is doing up there, Tony Anise, and you have Tony Anise up there. You mentioned Grand Valley. I'm biased because I work for Wayne State. Paul Winters is a great guy. D2 football is outstanding. And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about it, not only because I do it, but here's a guy that came from D2.
Yeah.
Was that an eye-opener for you? When you went to those games, did you go, man, there's some good football guys? Because it was for me, point blank. It was like one of those things. It was like, man, there's some good football here.
Yeah, Tony Anise has done a great job for a long time, right? People around here know, right, being in the Muskegon area and all that different things, but D2 football is really good, and it's because of guys like Tony Anise and Coach Mitchell at Grand Valley, right? They're doing a great job of putting their teams in a national position every single year. You can book it, right? They'll probably be 1-2, right? They'll be 1-5 or 2-4, or they're going to be in the mix to try to play for a national championship, those two teams, and it forces the Wayne States of the world to make sure that they're trying to get on that level too, right? So the gas is always pressed, right? And so I think that it was an eye-opener, and for me, it was my first ever game. Like, my first ever game was for the Anchor Bone, right? It was Ferris State versus Grand Valley, calling it, right? And that's Michigan State, right, of D2, right? That's 1-2. That's the Ohio State game versus Michigan when they're 1-2 with Tegan Jr. and all those guys, right?
It just got that level, though.
Yeah, it just got there.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that was a big eye-opener for me, because now I'm not just got one eye on the game. I'm calling the game. So I'm watching the entire thing. I'm analyzing. I'm saying, man, that's a great concept they're running there. Wow, I didn't know D2 was doing this here, and they have some innovative things that they're doing that even at the D1 level they're not doing, right? Some D1 schools are stealing their stuff, right? And so that's how it is, right? It's a borrow sport. It's a copycat sport.
Copycat sport.
I think they're doing really cool things at the D2 level, and they're getting more money, right? So they can give more full scholarships, right? Or find ways for kids not to pay for school so that they can go to college and make better, make better lives for themselves and their future families. So I think it's great, and I think it should be something that's more invested in, right? It should be some network that picks it up and say, hey, we need to put these things on TV. And because people love football, period, and good football. And they're playing good football at D2 level.
Yeah, they had, I know a few years ago, Joik, if you remember, they had, I think it was CBS Sportsnet at the time. They did a Thursday night game that we had up in Saginaw. They did a Saginaw Wayne State game. And it was, but there are too many, boy, I couldn't agree with you more, Devin. They're too few and far between, man. It's a great, great league. It really is. Mike said the MAC is the most underrated conference. Mike, you probably knew this. I did Toledo for a few years. Loved it.
I did 3 MAC games last year.
Love it. Hey, tell me about the recruiting process for a guy like you.
Like me?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, how over the top was it for you?
So for me, I wasn't the pageantry guy, the hat switcheroo guy. Like, I committed super early. And people don't know this, I didn't take visits. Right, because I know myself, right? I was self-aware, so I know if I go out to USC or I go down to LSU and I see all this amazing stuff, I'm probably going to commit on the spot. I'm 17. I'm ridiculous. I make stupid decisions, right? Yeah. And not to say that would have been a stupid decision to go to those schools, but I think the best decision for me was Michigan, and I knew I would be torn away from that. And then even if I stay with Michigan, I'll always have in the back, I should have went here because I would have had that and whatever. That whole grass is green on the other side, and so I kind of tried to stay away from all that stuff, right? And it's so funny because social media wasn't huge. It was just kind of getting started. And at Inkster High, nobody knew that I was like at the level that I was, right? Because they had a quarterback named Aaron Shavers before me. And so their whole thing was, well, you're good, but you'll never be as good as Aaron Shavers. Now, Aaron Shavers, obviously, he went to Alcorn, he played receiver or whatever. He's just he's a small guy, he's a good player. But he obviously wasn't at the level that, I was moving toward as All-American and #1 dual threat in the country and things like that. But at my school, I was just a regular guy because I could never be as good as Aaron Shavers, right? Which made it a lot easier for me to not have to deal with all those different things. Now, the kids today, if I'm coming up today, it's a lot harder, right? It's a lot harder to deal with that and make sound decisions. But I don't regret anything. But I do wish I had a different mindset so that I wouldn't be so emotionally driven with my decisions, so that I could take those visits and get a chance to see all those different places. But on the other end, now I'm going to see all those places anyway if I continue to do what I'm supposed to do on this end with the media. So,
what was it like to have the head coach? At the time, some would make the argument that he was the best coach in football. I think Nick Saban put that to rest. Yeah. But what was it like to find out that Nick Saban was flying up to Inkster?
No, not Nick Saban.
Or no, Urban Meyer. Sorry.
No, not Urban Meyer.
Urban didn't do it.
It was the Jim Tressel. Sweater vest and all. Came to a basketball game. Ooh. So first of all, this is Inkster High, right? And most of the people in Inkster, they don't even know who Jim Tressel is really. Like, it wasn't like they don't. He came to a basketball game and sat in the stands and watched me play basketball with his sweater vest on.
Boy, probably. Jesus.
What?
So the rumor, the Urban Meyer rumor is just that. There was the rumor that he was going to fly up to one of your games.
No, he wasn't the coach yet.
Okay.
He wasn't the coach yet.
It was just when he was at Florida, though. When he was at Florida.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
See, I'm not high. I'm not on track.
The Ohio State thing. So yeah. So I got both.
Yeah.
Oh, forgot about that. Yeah. That, because they came in late. So Florida ended up being in my top 3, but they were a little later. And it was because of the coach at Bowling Green right now. He was the quarterback coach there. He had been the quarterback coach at Michigan and things like that. And so it was really cool, man. To and then you got Les Miles at LSU, calling, hey, are you
defending doing national champion coming flying up to watch him in Inkster, Michigan. I mean, that's.
But the one that got me because it was Jim Tressel for me because it's really close, right? You've seen it for so long, right? And when I was a kid, I loved watching Ohio State and stuff like that. And so Urban Meyer, even though that wasn't as big, it was big, right? But with that sweater vest walking in there, and it's like he actually wears that sweater vest all the time, right? It's like this stigma, like no way he wears that all the time, right? There's no way he wears that all the time. He wore it. Small little guy.
You bring up such a great point. Dude, I took a tour of the SEC, and what blew my mind, believe it or not, was Ole Miss.
I've heard.
Blew my mind.
I've heard.
Like, and I was like, and it's one of those things. So when you said that, it popped in my brain because I wouldn't have thought anything about Ole Miss. Yeah. But then you go down there and you see in the Grove and everything. I'm like,
it's dangerous, especially don't go on game day.
I'm going to Ole Miss, right? Yeah,
I'm going here.
Miss. Yeah,
and they treat you like you're a kid. I'm going here.
Yeah,
right. But when you're around
Michigan,
and the thing when you're around Michigan. I was just smart enough to know that I'm not that smart. But growing up around Michigan, like the market gets saturated, right? So they always see you, so they don't treat you like the king, right? Because I see you all the time. You come to all the games, right? I go see you in high school, like it's not that big of a deal. But you go down there, we've never seen you before, and we know you're a top guy, and we're gonna treat you like like LeBron James just walked in here. You know what I mean? And the SEC does a great job of doing that. Obviously, other things as well that won't be as big of a problem because now athletes get paid, but whatever.
Let me ask you a question. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Devin, Sean's not gonna get this, but you know what I'm talking about. When you went down there for your visit, did they give you the above the rim?
No, I didn't see. He didn't hear. He was gone. You weren't here. I didn't go. I didn't take a visit.
He didn't take any visits.
I didn't take any visits. I took a visit to Michigan, which was, we just went to Chop House. It was a regular. It's like a regular day.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I definitely took my visit to Wayne State.
Are we getting this guy lunch, by the way?
Yeah, we already ordered.
Yeah, we thought you were going to get it, but you came back empty-handed.
I couldn't grab it because they were still making it.
That's right. Take time on my food.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, take time. They're gonna take time on it.
Now, Devin, you are like all jokes aside. I've always respected you as a player. I mean that. Okay, I have.
Well, that's what that's what I was working toward.
No, but you just wanted my respect. Yeah. No, but dude, you are just a cool dude.
Yeah, appreciate you.
You are. I mean, seriously. I mean, I hope you guys out there have enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed having him in. You are gonna blow up, dude. You get it. You get it from a media standpoint.
It's not that he get it. It's he got it.
Yeah, he got it.
He has it.
Or did I go get it? Young go-getters, what's up?
Is he a go-getter? Stay tuned. Woodward Sports.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Big money.
All right, so let me get this out of the way right now, all right? Because people, I mean, you can't see these comments, but all these comments are saying Devin needs a show on the network, and Devin and Joik would be unbelievable, all of that. Listen, Devin, we would love to have you here, but I know your fall's going to be busy. But if I need to call Chad right now, I'll call Chad right now and say, you are an absolute moron unless you give this guy what he wants.
You can talk to Chad around here?
Oh, yeah.
Chad and I go way back.
We go way back.
No, but I'll are you going to be around here in the fall?
I live in Southfield. It only took me like 8 minutes to get here.
For real?
Yeah.
So let's just say, a game of pretend.
8 minutes after you get to the freeway, obviously.
Let's just say that something became available at the Woodward Sports Network. Would you have?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I don't know. We'll see.
But Devin,
cool. I like you. This is nice. This is very nice.
Really
you got air conditioning.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a simple guy.
Did you hear that? You hear?
What did I do?
It's the inside.
So Devin. So this is the only show.
The rule of thumb is that
this is the only show that has the air conditioning on. All the other two shows do not have it on.
It's background noise in here, but no one here hears this in the background. Who's listening to the show?
I said point blank.
It's like 177 degrees out there.
Thank you,
Devin. I just have a quick question.
Producers are always crazy.
He's not a producer.
Are you an early is on time guy?
Well, I was here like 5 minutes early.
But you were here early, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say because then you put the thing is like, hey, he's always going to be. I'm going to be here when I'm supposed to be here.
Thank you. God. No, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out.
But it has to be a reason. I'm not just going to not be here early just because. But if there's a reason, busy people, got to do stuff.
If you got to be here at 11 o'clock, if you're supposed to be here at 11 o'clock, you get here at 10:45 every day. Is that late?
I want to apologize. I was stressing her out.
No.
I know I was.
No.
This
has nothing to do with you.
I know.
This has nothing to do with you.
Hang on, though.
Devin,
I know.
this has absolutely nothing to do with you.
Hang on, Joy.
Listen. If the show started at 11, would you be at? Is 10:45? Is that early to you?
That's pretty early, but
thank you.
But listen,
but they want to give you the paperwork and stuff, right? And you're gonna go.
No, it's already been. No. They give it to you the night before.
Oh, then no. You know early.
Listen, two things. You should always prep, obviously. But Devin, I wanted to say you actually did something that Joyka's never done, and that's apologize. So we appreciate you.
Yeah. I want to give an apology because she was texting me, and I'm telling you, I was responding in my head, and the messages weren't getting typed.
Hold up. Sean is the only truthful person in here.
No, he never has.
Never.
Listen, we are completely forgetting what he said about the air conditioner because I was the freaking devil around here since going back to April.
Not to me.
You people all got mad at me.
What did you say? Welcome to hell and I'm the captain.
I look flat in the camera.
What do you mean? Welcome to hell and I'm the captain.
You producer people. I looked flat in the camera and said, I'll quit. I will walk out of here.
Yeah, you can't have sweat patches.
You can't do it.
Can't do it.
My back is sweating now. The air is not below.
hear
What's
that?
the air on right now?
I will say, Devin, you are the best guest that we've had, so I do appreciate it.
Oh, it's not even close.
Well,
And
I'm
only
here,
because
so I imagine you probably,
the main reason
you guys had Brooke though, right?
What's that?
You guys had Brooke on the show?
She stopped in for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think she
got a lot going on.
But
she's like Miss Georgia, she's really,
Yeah.
Make sure you cut that clip and make sure she sees Brooke is really arrogant in her pursuit of different things.
No, she's not arrogant.
Brooklyn Jermaine, I love you. Love you, Brooklyn Jermaine.
Let me just say, Devin, that I've been on the Lions 10 wins train, and although you don't think 10 wins, you did say playoffs. I appreciate it because it's hard holding all this momentum and confidence and believing in achieving on my back.
Art. Shut up. No one wants to hear your voice.
You know
on
what?
here.
We forgot to get somebody registered for crypto, right?
Yes.
Can we get somebody registered for crypto? Let this man eat his lunch. His lunch is on the way. Devin, really, thank you so much for joining us. Give a round of applause in the studio. Come on.
My guy came in.
Make some noise for the guy.
Where's your round of applause?
Yeah!
There we go.
All right, so listen, we're gonna get somebody
Wait, did the
registered.
Spartan just give me a round of applause?
We are a big fan, Devin. Seriously, I mean that in all sincerity.
Yeah.
We got to get somebody registered for a kick for crypto. You have the opportunity coming up this Friday to kick a football into the back of the truck to win $25K in your choice, Bitcoin or Doggy Cone or whatever it is. All you have to do is say air conditioner. Say air conditioner.
No.
Somewhere on the social media. No, in honor of Devin. Devin's a big fan of air. He's in club air conditioner.
I was thinking go getter.
Ooh.
I was thinking go getter.
Okay, go say go getter. Okay.
Young go getter.
Either one of them, and we'll get you registered. Okay.
I think who's that? Jaquee. Is that Bill said go getter first?
Whatever.
Jaquee.
The craziest name I ever heard from me was Jaquiki. Playing Hills.
Jaquiki Loans.
Go to the halftime.
Jaquiki Loans.
Go to the halftime, leading all carriers. Jaquiki Bell. Here we go. Woodward Sports. Stay tuned.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Dude, he is money.
It's still in great shape.
He
can still play.
Yeah, he can.
You know what though? Guys who like that who play say 2 or 3 years or less, and they go out and you ask them if they want to get back into the NFL. They say, yeah. I said, listen, Dave, you want to get back in the NFL? No, not at all. That's the guy who has a lot of good things going on off the field to where he doesn't have to go back and play.
You guys, I'm serious. I respect you guys for what you do off the field. It's so important. It just is. You have a name, and you use it for the purpose of good. And I respect that. I'm serious. You know that. I respect that very much so. Chad, I'm going to look right at the camera and say this. Chad, thank you for the opportunity for me to work here. I think I wish I could stay here and work. But Chad, I mean this in all sincerity. If you don't hire that guy in some capacity, you're missing out. He's something else. He's really good at what he does. And he would be a wonderful, wonderful addition to Woodward Sports. Devin Gardner would.
Definitely would.
For real.
Real quick, another person who has a lot going on the field is a guy by the name of Aaron Rodgers, turning down a 2-year extension that would have made him the highest paid quarterback or player in NFL history. I mean, you take a guy like this. This is the nail in the coffin. He doesn't want to be there. To turn down a deal like this of this magnitude is a guy saying, you can't pay for peace of mind. You cannot pay for peace of mind. And this guy is a guy who's he wants the opportunity to win. He's made enough money to where he's set, but he's to a point now to where most guys in this position, they want to go win now. They want to go win now. Another guy who was contemplating retiring was Shady McCoy. LeSean McCoy wanted to retire, but you know what? He's not ready yet. He wants to go for that year. He wants to go for that year 13. Now, will he be the same guy as the AP or Frank Gore over 11,000 yards?
I don't like seeing
in his
that.
career. Hey, he came back out his cleats from this game and gloves they're in Canton right now. From the second half of this game alone, is in Canton.
I don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing that. It was insane.
It was insane.
Gosh, I still can't believe. Was that Lewis kind of flailing at him?
Yup.
Man, I like Lou.
I like Big Lou too.
I like
that
Lou.
That was Rashid right there. Boom.
Yeah, he. I don't know how much he has left. I got to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know how much Shady has left. I've always been a Shady fan.
You know what though?
But
I play with Shady.
I don't know how much he has left, Joy.
Yeah, I play with Shady, and just his ball security has always been an issue of mine. His ball security. Now, great talent on the field, available. He doesn't miss too many games because he doesn't take too many big hits. He doesn't get the respect he deserves either. He's top 25 all-time leading rushers in NFL history, but he's not going to get his roses he deserves because he's not that prototype or every down type style back that we see in a Derrick Henry. So what he wants to do is come back. He wants to go to a team where he can fit, he can contribute, and also work with the younger guys to get the younger guys up and this is how you be a pro. When I played with him my rookie year, that was one of his better years. That's when they had Mike Vick, they had Mike Bill second string, and I was on practice squad. I went there on the team at first initially. I was on the active roster, and then they cut me. Went to the coach that came back to Philly, and just an all-around great talent. Now he's going to have to work on his ball security. I heard some issues that he might have had with just not being able to provide the necessary help that he wants to provide on certain teams. But hey, when you're getting up in age, you don't want to play every down. Be a third down back. Go contribute on third downs. Let the young guys run, and you just be there and coach them up. I would love to be a player's coach. Give me third downs.
No doubt about that.
What was that, Art?
No, Art just keeps giving me dirty looks.
Just counting down the minutes until...
Counting down the minutes. 12 more minutes.
Oh, I forgot. Just counting down the minutes.
What's up, Kennedy?
Okay, time out. I can't believe that you told me to shut up in front of Devin Gardner. Who do you think you are? I am.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Well,
Shut up.
Dare you?
I have something that will probably change up both of your moods. So I met up with Jenna last night.
Oh.
And Jenna has been planning this surprise for you and Art for months.
I'm not going on a date with Art.
Since January, no, but I have a gift for you. I'll bring it up. Get the camera off my legs, Art.
There's a gift for Art and Joy.
So
You know what? Thank you, Jenna.
I don't like
here
gifts.
you go.
I don't like gifts.
Art hates surprises.
I hate surprises.
So,
Not
All
more
I
than
hate
went-
is surprises.
Not more than I do.
I went all the way out to
There ain't
Utica
surprises,
to
elbows
get
and
you
assholes.
this. So,
Thank you for the kind words. Everybody. Seriously.
well, you
wink,
should be
wink,
thanking
it's coming,
Jenna,
Sean.
not me.
Wink,
No, but
wink.
you went to go get it, and also thanks to Jenna.
Yes, thank you,
I'm
Jenna.
a-
You're the best.
Jenna, you are.
Can we see what
Open
it is?
it.
You open
Months.
it.
Open it.
She
Can
said
we, see what
months.
can we see what it is?
She felt really
Jesus
bad that she
Christ,
didn't
how
get you
long
anything,
you
Sean,
been
but I
open?
told
I haven't
her
even
I
looked
told her you would be
It's
so
not even
mad.
open yet, and I feel like it's a picture.
Jeez.
I can't wait to see what
I can take a nap and it's open the
you
present.
Give it to Art. Let Art open it.
I don't know.
Joy, it's already
It's
Friday.
not
Open the
a
present.
I don't want to
What do you
open it.
think it is, a bomb?
Joy, it's Friday. The weekend's tomorrow. I want to go home and watch the Olympics. Goodness.
I'm
me.
nervous.
It's
wanna go
literally, it's not going to
Goodness.
jump out at you.
It's a snake.
Wait.
What is it? What is
Can you
it?
show us?
I want to know what it is.
Hold it up for everybody.
Turn it around.
No, I'm not showing this.
Turn it
You have
around.
to. She works so
It's
hard
probably
on
Drake
it.
and
I'm
Oz.
not, I'm not showing
Turn
it.
it-
No.
Oh,
Can I see what it is?
It's
Can we show the video?
No.
Okay.
what
Absolutely
video?
not.
What?
The video.
You don't get to decide. You don't run things here.
You talking to me or him?
Both of you.
No.
Art, you want to see what it is?
Yeah, what is it?
I'm
Show
not
the
showing you.
camera
Okay, are
right
you
now,
good?
Joy Bell.
You are the
Was
worst.
it pretty good? Okay. Hey, Devin Gardner, everybody. Thanks for showing
Hey,
us today.
Skip.
Give him a round of applause.
Offer him a multi-year deal.
We have.
All right, get Chad on
We
the
have.
phone, and it's
Huh?
all about the money. What is that?
They came up. So, you know, for Jenna, just for Jenna, I'm going to show it for Jenna.
No, I don't like that.
Look at that.
We're not
I don't
friends
like
in
it at
real
all.
life.
Yes,
like
you
it.
are.
Hey, Devin, come on the
Burn
show.
it.
Come on the show. Come sign the contract.
Oh,
He tried to sneak out of here.
Isn't that
We see ya.
sweet? Isn't that sweet?
It
Three
says
Birmingham Bros.
bromance. It's
Time
so
out,
cute.
Everyone. Someone commented and said that we need to give you the last 10 minutes, so
Okay,
Have
yes.
yourselves a great
That's
day.
what
We'll
we
see
wanted
you
to do.
somewhere down the line.
Thank you,
No, you
comment.
know what? All jokes aside, thank you for all the kind words. I'm touched. I really am. I'm touched.
I think
This was a decision that sometimes there's, business conflicts, and I wanted to stay, and I can't.
This hurts!
That's that. I
Sean,
mean, really. It's not my. It's,
No, hold on, real quick.
I wanted to stay, and I can't.
I think everyone in here should give one story that they had with Sean.
I like
Sorry,
that.
sorry,
That's not
fish.
bad,
You
Sean.
guys
Sorry,
take
fish.
care. I'll check it on the
Yeah,
video.
no,
Have
we
yourselves
don't
a
want him to
wonderful
leave.
day. We'll see you very
We can't
soon.
even do that.
We can't do
No.
the video. We can't say.
Sean,
Because you know what? I'm a firm believer. Like, listen, Woodward Sports is going to continue to grow.
We are.
It isn't
couldn't
about
do it
me.
without you.
It isn't about Joik. It isn't about
Facts.
Art. It isn't about Kennedy. It isn't about
But I
Fish.
want you to understand this
it's
too,
about
Sean.
Wood, and
It
there's
is about
no
Woodward
I in
Sports.
team.
But you gave all of us some gems.
Yes.
You gave all of us.
And we need
Just
to give
hold
you
on,
your
hold on.
roses.
Art,
We're just
wait your
showing how
turn,
much we
Fish.
appreciate
Fish,
you.
You hold up, Fish. You gave all of us some gems that we can take with us throughout our career in this media world.
If you guys rip on me, if
We're
you
not
guys
rip-
rip
we're-
on, no, if you rip on me, I'll accept it. But no,
Okay.
you
No.
guys, no.
I can't say thank you for.
No. Let me do it.
I can't. You taught me how to do the segues. You taught me how to go in and out of the commercial breaks. You gave me information in this media world. I mean, you done a lot.
Thank you.
You know,
That's nice.
how to
Thank you.
how to open up and be.
Thank
you know,
you.
let people see your personality.
Thank
so I
you.
appreciate that.
I got something to rib on you for. F off for not taking me to Halloween.
So can you at least do that?
everything is right in the world.
I'm not taking it out.
Not the first date, second date.
I said all along, I'll take you. We'll go see the movie together, but you're not going to the
Not
premiere.
good enough for the premiere with
You're
your
not going
buddies.
to the premiere. No.
All right, what you got? What you
Art,
got,
you
Fish?
mean his son?
All right, Fish. What you got? What you got for Snooty Sean?
I have nothing for Snooty
About
Sean.
her.
I have something for Sean
No, you
Baligian.
had something for Snooty Sean from earlier today. We talked about, and you walked out saying, "Oh, you don't remember that from earlier today."
Oh, God.
I remember it, but it's jumbled in my brain. I just want to say, Sean, we just want to show how appreciated you've been on the network.
Yeah.
You know,
That's all.
you taught us everything.
gonna
and we
leave,
just
Fish.
want to
You
show
better
you how
stop.
awesome
He's
you
going
are.
to leave in a second. I can feel it.
All right, what you got,
That's
Kennedy?
all we're trying to do
I
is
just
just show how
wanted,
awesome
so
you are.
Tammy doesn't have an
hates this.
aneurysm. Sean, do you think that the Kraken will take Carey Price?
No.
There you have it.
The price tag You have to remember he's doing an $11 million bonus, and then he's got that hit of 10.5. I just don't think they're going to do it. I think that they will end up. This is just my guess. I think that they're going to end up taking from the Habs probably Cale Fleury, and if not Kulak. But that's my guess. That's my guess. But would you want to start your franchise even though you've got a guy who's still he's not. I don't think anybody's going to call him the best anymore. I think that belongs to Vasilevsky. But are they going to start their franchise with an $11 million bonus that's due before you even have your first game, then the annual hit of $10.5 million after that? I think it's a gamble by the Habs. I do, especially when the guy has an off-season home in that area. But I think it's too much money. I don't think it's smart business. I really don't. And I think the Habs took a gamble on that. We'll wait and see. Wait and see.
Breaking news.
What's that?
It just broke. My Grammy Wayne said, "Missing you already, Sean."
Thank you, Grammy Wayne.
Missing you already. Breaking.
You know what? It's funny because sometimes I think the one thing that bothers me is I don't want anybody to think that this isn't a bad thing.
No,
There's
it's
nothing
a great
negative
thing.
against anybody here from Woodward, any of my coworkers, or anything like that. This was sometimes in business you're told that you can't do something. That's what it comes down to. And there's conflict of interest and exclusivity and words like that are big words that I don't really understand. But at the end of the day, my boss said, and I said, okay, that's fine. It was a good opportunity for me. So it's a great thing for my family.
It is a
most
great
of
thing
all.
for your family.
And you know what? I want to retire.
Yes.
You guys, how many times have I said, seriously, I want to retire. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's in this business till he's 800 years old. I want to retire and I want to enjoy life and smoke things and go hunt and fish and things like that.
When you say smoke things, are you on your smoker or like smoke things?
Both.
Blow up.
Both.
You want to retire with me in North Korea?
I will buy for you.
Well, Sean, real quick. I miss you, bud.
Aw, thank you.
Miss you, bud.
I'll miss you guys, seriously.
Yeah.
And I'll miss you guys arguing with you and
listen to me
yelling at
argue.
you. And I'm not getting on in Art's limo. All right, can we go now? Is this cool?
We got 5 minutes,
We got
sir.
5 minutes.
Son of a bitch.
We're going to enjoy every last minute with
We
you.
don't have a goodbye video, but we
No, you
do
don't.
have a video where you guys could come at each other a little bit and make it seem a little more normal. Why we've been recording Joik for months and all of his outfits.
And you know what it was? And it was crazy. I sent her a video while we was doing these videos. She said, yeah, we can do that. And she has not done it yet.
It takes so long. Literally, this 10-second video took an hour to edit. It's ridiculous.
Why?
I'll agree for they do
all
take
you do is
long
click on the
to
videos on
edit.
TikTok and it does it for you.
I wish.
Mikey TikTok wants to do an impersonation. Where are you going to do your impersonation?
No,
Mikey?
do you want to do the TikTok thing? You want Mikey TikTok to get a shine? Are we
No,
doing
no,
the
do it-
TikTok?
do it
No,
on Tik-
show the video.
Can we go?
Hold on.
Can I
Let
go
me grab my
piss?
headphones first.
I want to go piss.
No,
There's
we can't
no
play it.
sound.
There's no sound because it's a copyright.
Jesus, keep up.
Play the video.
I'm not ending the stream. This is Sean's day.
No, later. See
Okay,
you guys.
hang on. We'll play it one more time and then we'll come back. You guys can end
Everyone,
the
look at that.
You know what's
slow-mo.
funny? Kennedy put in the group text. He said, "Y'all must be selling because y'all dressing."
I meant y'all must be ranch because you're dressing,
You
but
must
you
be-
get what I'm saying.
Y'all
All right,
must
we
be-
got to get out of here. I'll be watching you guys. Best of luck in the future. Hopefully, we'll talk again real soon. See y'all later. Bye-bye.
Gang, gang. Miss you, Sean.
Bye,
Don't
Sean.
leave us, Sean. He's leaving us.